You are looking at Rice Field for 97 years. This is where Elkhart has come on Friday night, and tonight, no exception. The Penn Kingsmen have come a-calling on the 8th-ranked Elkhart Lions on the 46th game of the week. And how you doing, everybody? 6 feet apart from my Hall of Fame partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt. It's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us for what we think will be a great night of high school football here on TV 46. The Penn Kingsmen come in with a record of 2-2, but that record may be deceiving, Bob. After all, they have played one of the toughest schedules in the state of Indiana. Their losses to number 2 Valparaiso and number 1 Cathedral.
And that's what Corey Yeoman wants. He wants to play a tough schedule, especially early on, to get his young guys. He's got a young defense, and they've come along. But what he also has is a quality offense. You know, Ron Paulus Jr. is a Division I candidate. They've got Riffle in the backfield that can carry the ball. They've got some good wide receivers. Muma has been very effective for them. The thing is, they got to possess the ball tonight. They got to be really careful. And I tell you what, talking to Corey Yeoman, he really is aware of what the keys are to win tonight.
I think, you know what, kids want to play in big games, and I think if you can survive it physically, I think it's going to help you. It helps you get ready for the NIC, and it's also going to help you get ready for the tournament, playing teams like we played.
In case you haven't been paying attention, Elkhart has merged. Central and Memorial are no more. It is now just one Elkhart High School, the home of the Lions. And they have played like a united front so far, 3-0 on the year. They had a close game with Mishawaka, blew out a very good Columbus East squad, pasted Washington. So, Bob, they come in here tonight united and confident.
Well, you know, Chuck, you and I have been most impressed by Elkhart and the young people who have really bonded together, even though there's 2 different schools coming together. This isn't Elkhart West or Elkhart East. This is Elkhart High School, and they're very proud of that, and they've done a good job. And, you know, if you ask Corey Yeoman to list the key players for Elkhart, it'd be about 12 names, because they have speed, they have size, they have a defense that really comes to hit you. The thing is, they can run inside, they can run outside, but they're all going north and south. It'll be a tough challenge tonight.
Merging all that talent has left Josh Shattuck with one surprise.
I am very surprised at how we're executing on both sides of the ball, but specifically offensively. With no preseason scrimmages, no summer scrimmages, no week 1 game, it took us a half against Mishawaka, and really since then we've kind of been rolling offensively, which usually the little things, catching the ball, not turning it over, penalties, two guys going in motion, those things usually happen early in the year, especially with a lot of new players, and I feel like we've been executing at a very high level the last few weeks.
Bo Hunt will be basking on the sidelines tonight in the sunshine, at least early on. Bo, there is one historic note that nobody can get away from in this rivalry, and that's the fact that when Penn was playing Central and Memorial, they were 79-3 against those 2 teams. They haven't lost to an Elkhart squad since 1985. So which is bigger, the chip on the Lions' shoulder or the swagger and confidence of the Kingsmen?
Well, when you look at that swagger and confidence of the Kingsmen, you can see it in all their sports. They go to every game, every match, whatever it is, and they expect to win every single time out there. Where teams that come in, they're hoping to win, they're hoping to prepare to get that win. Well, Coach Shattuck has got this team to where I believe they believe that they can win every single game no matter who they're playing. So when they come out and they have that confidence and that chip on their shoulder, I think that's bigger in this aspect for this team.
Well, it was the noted football philosopher Ric Flair who said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And then he'd add a woo and a couple of claps as well. We'll have lots of wooing and clapping here tonight as well as we get you ready for kickoff with the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win next on the 46th game of the week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Intera Credit Union, Bills Heating, Jordan Automotive Group, TCU, Aegis Dental Group, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, and the IHSAA.
And this edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome, everybody, to the S&S Automotive and Collision pregame show as the Penn Kingsmen take the field here at Rice Field, getting ready to do battle with the Elkhart Lions on a gorgeous autumn Friday night. Time now to look at our keys to win, brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. And we'll start with the Kingsmen, who are led by their quarterback, Ron Paulus, the son of the former Notre Dame star. 36 of 66 passing for 564 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's got offers from schools like Yale and Indiana State. He'll also look to hand the ball to Kyle Ripple, who's back in the lineup and healthy, and looked at last week with a strong performance against East Noble. The 5'11 senior leads the Kingsmen in rushing with 199 yards on the season. The keys to win for Corey Yeoman and the Kingsmen.
No question about it, Chuck. The big key is to limit the big plays from Elkhart. They have some potential to score on every play. You got to limit what they do there. They got to possess the football, run the clock, and keep the ball away from the Lions, and they have to make special teams special. In other words, come up with a kick return, punt return, come up with some good coverage on those opportunities, and those could help lead to a victory for Penn. Corey Yeoman, the head coach, 182-42 now in his 18th season.
The Elkhart Lions have dynamic players all over the field to take on this Penn squad, and one of them is Derek Woods, who was all Northern Lakes Conference at Elkhart Memorial a year ago in football. The 5'11 senior has rushed for 12 touchdowns already this year, 446 yards rushing. He had 5 touchdowns in each of his last 2 games. And then defensively, it's big Rodney McGraw, and I do mean big. 6'6", 250 pounds. He's committed to go to Penn State, and you can understand why when you watch him play. 32 tackles and 4 sacks already this season. The keys to win for Josh Shattuck and the Lions.
The Lions need to neutralize special teams, and of course they can do that with their weapons on kick and punt returns. They got to make Penn one-dimensional. If they force them to throw the ball, when they don't want to throw it, they've got good guys in the secondary who can take care of that. And they got to take care of the football. Can't put it on the ground. They can't make mistakes. They got to limit their penalties. Josh Shattuck is now in his 12th year as a head coach, his 3rd year here at Elkhart.
We have touched on the series history already, but it bears repeating in the fact that they've never played as a united Elkhart High School against Penn. But when Penn was playing Elkhart Central and Elkhart Memorial, they went 79-3. And in fact, all 3 losses were at Penn. They have never lost at Rice Field. The last time an Elkhart school beat Penn in football, September 27, 1985, Chris Holland at quarterback. Elkhart Memorial beats Penn in overtime by a count of 10-7. And the weather tonight, brought to you by Heine's Back Barn, is exceptional. Just the slightest touch of autumn in the trees around Rice Field. 59 degrees, a gentle zephyr from the northeast at 11. Not a chance of rain because there's not a cloud in the sky over this city with a heart.
And as they start to take the field to get ready tonight, we want to tell you that it's time for a check on the uniforms for tonight's game, brought to you by St. Andrews Products. First of all, the visitors, the Penn Kingsmen, are in their white jerseys, and they're in their gold pants with black and white trim, and they're in their gold helmets. The Elkhart Lions are wearing blue jerseys with white numerals and trim, and their pants are blue. And the helmets they're wearing are kind of an old gold, but they've got a little bit of a red in their numbers on the helmets, I think reminiscent of Elkhart Memorial a little bit. They've combined the colors. These teams look great tonight, and St. Andrews Products can do the same for your team. Reach them at sales@standrewscorp.com.
This has been the S&S Automotive and Collision pregame show. We get you ready for our first quarter, sponsored by Rise and Roll in Mishawaka, and the opening kickoff, sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe. Elkhart has had to change its kicking situation. The soccer team is quarantined because of COVID, so Rodney Gates will be kicking off for Elkhart, and Alec Hardrick, a very dangerous return man, is back deep with Kyle Riffle. The whistle blows, toe meets leather, and we've got high school football on TV 46. The spinning side kick goes out of bounds, so the Kingsmen will have good field position, but I get the feeling that Josh Shattuck doesn't mind because he'd rather kick out of bounds than kick deep to Hardrick.
Both teams going to be watching the opportunity for the other team to have a big play because it could really swing the momentum. Imagine if Penn had gotten that solid return to start the game. As it is, they're going to be at the 35-yard line, and they're bringing out those big hosses out in front.
So Ron Paulus at quarterback, the 6'4 senior, has Kyle Riffle behind him in the backfield. Nick Favilla and Carson Mumar are his receivers, with Casey Schultz, the tight end. Schultz in motion. Paulus pitches to Riffle, trying to get around the right side, and he's bulldogged down after a pickup of 2. As terrific pursuit that time by the Blazers saw Jake Treese in his first start make the stop. Let's meet the Penn offense. It's brought to you by the Penn Booster Club. We told you about all the receivers and backs. Take a look at that offensive line. Pretty good size across the front. Braden Shinsky, 294. Brock Donati, 286, but he squats 5'10". It is 2nd and 8 for the Kingsmen. Paulus looks to throw. Has time, fires, and it's incomplete. Broken up on a beautiful play by Michael Echartia. They were trying to go to Zach Davis, and Echartia got over to disrupt it.
Wow, the timing on that was terrific. Avoided the contact. Good breakup.
Starting defense brought to you by Sanders and Pianowski. Across the front, we told you all about McGraw, the all-state player, Clayton Lundy, the leading linebacker, Jake Treese getting the start tonight, and you just met Echartia. Keep an eye on Kenneth Dennis in that secondary. 31 stops for the senior so far. 3rd and 8 for Penn. Paulus again to throw. Has time, runs out of time. The Lions get him. Ty Witters with the sack. All the way back at the Penn 27.
11-yard loss on the play.
Winters with his 2nd sack of the season, and the 2-year starter comes up big, and it'll be Braden Shinsky lining up in punt formation for Penn. Lions showing that they may come for a block, but instead Shinsky with a high kick that will bounce at the 40, and the Kingsmen will let it roll as it goes down to the Lions' 37-yard line, and that's where Elkhart will have its first possession of the night. So a 36-yard kick with no return. And you take a look at Cameron Wiltfong, who came off the bench in the first game of the season after losing the job to Dylan Ross. Ross got hurt on the 13th play of the season. Wiltfong has taken over and not missed a beat. 501 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and he also averages about 5 yards a carry. Clock a little tough to see as the sun still hits it, but it'll get better as the game goes on. On first down, they give it to Derek Woods, trying to get around the right side. Look at all the white jerseys in pursuit, and they finally have Ty Zahner run him out of bounds at the 38-yard line, a pickup of 2. Let's meet that Elkhart offense, brought to you by Sanders and Pianowski. Along with Woods, Tyron Mason headed to Western Michigan, their leading receiver. Good receivers all around. Donovan Johnson with 9 catches. The offensive line has been a bit of a surprise, especially the fact that they have 2 teams merging together, but they have 3 returning starters there, with Cody Warlick and Jacob Summer leading the way on the right side.
They can go outside, they can go inside.
They'll try to go to the slant here to Tyron Mason. Mason with the catch, and he drags the tackler for the first down all the way into Penn territory at the 49. The first down sponsored by J&N Stone. We meet the Penn defense, sponsored by the Penn Booster Club. Along the front, Owen Wiseman having a terrific year with almost 22 tackles. We'll look at that Penn defense after this first down play. 1st and 10 for the 49.
13 yards on the first pass completion of the night.
Wiltfong getting the play from Josh Shattuck, who calls the plays along the sidelines, with help from his offensive coordinators Landon Grove and John Kirkton. 1st and 10. It's a play action pass. Tyron Mason on the slant to the 27. Was the catch made? It was. Mason hung on for a 22-yard grab and a first down, sponsored by J&N Stone. Mason with his 2nd catch of the night already and his 11th of the season. He was juggling it and may have dropped it. Ty Zahner may have had a point there about the drop.
35 yards already in passing for Elkhart.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 27. And it's Woods trying to find room up the middle, but there just isn't any there. And then he's hauled backwards by the Penn defense. And as we get a chance to meet that Penn defense, sponsored by the Penn Booster Club, along the front, Owen Wiseman having a terrific year with 22 tackles. The linebacking core, Devin Ritchie getting the start tonight in place of the injured Ryan Trieber. In the secondary, keep an eye on Ty Zahner. He's broken up 6 passes this year, but he's matched up tonight with Tyron Mason.
Tough assignment.
So it's 2nd and 9. Russo, the man in motion. Play action. Again, it's Mason. Got a block on the outside, but he won't go anywhere. Good pursuit that time by Zach Messer, the linebacker, who comes over to make the stop. Only a pickup of 1 on that one, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Woods so far, 2 carries, 3 yards. Penn is definitely keying on him tonight.
They line Woods up in the slot this time. Empty backfield behind Wiltfong. High snap. He's trying to go to the end zone. He wants Woods. He lost the football. Woods was triple covered out there. Had his hands on the ball, though. Couldn't bring it down. 4th down with all your kickers in quarantine. The Lions will go for it. You get another look from Aegis Dental Group. Watch Woods. He goes up. He has a hand on it. Ty Zahner does a marvelous job poking it away that time.
Well, Chuck, we were looking at the numbers this week, and Elkhart averaging about 9 yards per carry. And so 4th down and long doesn't necessarily mean a pass.
Wiltfong again looks, finds Tyron Mason. Did he go far enough for the 1st down? It's awfully close. He's down to the 17-yard line. But from where side judge Bill Kumanitz comes in, I would think that's a 1st down sponsored by J&N Stone.
I think that's exactly where he went on the route. He found the 1st down marker, turned, caught the ball, and possessed. I think they're going to take a measurement. Guess what, Chuck? It gives us a chance to mention one of our great sponsors tonight. And folks, whether it be the best burger in town, a juicy steak, or slow roasted prime rib, Heine's Back Barn in Elkhart is the place to go. The Deschone family has been serving the Michiana area for decades, and the food just gets better and better. Stop in tonight and say hello to Troy and the gang and enjoy a fantastic meal with great service from Heine's in Elkhart, located on Lusher Avenue.
Terrific burgers tonight from Heine's. Our appreciation from the crew to them. The chain gang comes out. Had to come all the way from the other sideline. And that is a 1st down for Elkhart by the length of the football.
Wow. Whoever sponsored the 1st downs tonight, not a bad idea.
J&N Stone picking up the Elkhart 1st downs. Tyron Mason now with 3 catches on the night. He has 12 for the year. Last year, the Western Michigan commit hauled in 30 for Elkhart Memorial.
45 yards of this drive through the air for Elkhart.
One of the things everybody notes about Tyron Mason is the great routes that he runs, and that was a perfect example of it because he was able to run a perfect route to the 1st down marker.
And we got to watch him get to practice early the other day, stayed late, caught a lot of footballs. Hard-working unit.
1st and 10 for the Lions from the Penn 17. This drive started back at the Lion 36. Wiltfong looking for Mason. Caught. Touchdown, Elkhart. Flag came in for defensive pass interference. It didn't matter. That was the Tyron Mason show on that drive. A 17-yard touchdown pass from Wiltfong to Mason. You get another look from Aegis Dental Group. He had Ty Zahner draped all around him, and it didn't matter. So the touchdown for Elkhart. And now Rodney Gates, 4 out of 8 on extra points this year, will come on to try out of the hold of Cameron Wiltfong. Gates doing the place kicking, as we mentioned, because the boys soccer team in quarantine. Low snap. Gates takes his time, and it is up and no good. He missed it to the left. We'll see if that winds up being a factor in this game. Tyron Mason is certainly a factor in this game. Number 1, wearing it for a reason. 4 catches on the drive. Lions up 6-0 on 46. This edition of the 46th Game of the Week brought to you in part by Intera Credit Union. We get it because we live here too. By the way, the touchdown for Elkhart brought to you by Cheryl Noblet with Health Markets. And we have a problem with the scoreboard here at Rice Field. It is out.
Well, the official's going to have to get together and decide who's going to keep the clock.
And there it is. Now the question is the time 7:53, or is that how much is left on the clock?
That's exactly what it was. That's the time that it was when it went out. Folks at Sanders and Pianowski, professional service to their clients is their first and compelling priority. The firm of Sanders and Pianowski want to take time to wish both teams well in tonight's game. Serving the Elkhart community for decades and decades yet to come. Sanders and Pianowski on the Riverwalk in downtown Elkhart.
So they enforce the pass interference penalty on the kickoff, but Gates still can't get it down to the end zone. Hardrick will take it back at his 2, and he can fly. Had a 99-yard kickoff return earlier this year. Won't bring this one all the way back. He'll be stopped at the 31 by Kenneth Dennis. And good field position again for Penn on drive number 2 of the night for the Kingsmen.
One of their weapons, and he changed the game with an effort like that. Good field position for Penn.
By the way, the kickoff sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe. So the Kingsmen will play from a deficit here early on, trailing 6-0, and we'll see how they respond to adversity. They put another back in the backfield behind Paulus. This is Alec Hardrick this time. And they'll pitch it to Hardrick down the outside. He has some speed, but not enough to get around this Blazer defense. Roaring in to make the stop that time was Clayton Lundy, a 4-year starter in football, all Northern Lakes Conference wrestler. Lundy showed some good hustle that time.
Gain of almost 5 yards on the play for Hedrick.
They'll call it 4, and it's 2nd and 6. Receiver split very wide for Penn. Zach David to the top of your screen. Carson Mumo to the bottom. Paulus looks to throw. Has time, fires, and has his man for a first down up to the 44-yard line. First down for Penn, sponsored by Trimador. Zach David makes his 3rd catch of the year, the 5'11 junior. You'll get another look on the Aegis Dental Group replay. Nice little 10-yard ball here from Paulus, who shows some zip on that one. DeArjon Lewis had to come up and make the hit.
Paulus now 1 out of 2 on the night for that 10 yards. Chuck, early in the game, he threw a little bit deep. Good control passing game might do the Kingsmen well tonight.
Now it's Hardrick off the left tackle, and there's nothing there. Gain of 1 on the play. A host of blue jerseys to bring him down that time, but leading the way was Kenneth Dennis. And Jalen Holmes was in on the stop as well.
Penn offensive line has a lot of power, but Elkhart Central so quick. Good read there.
2nd and 9. Blazers showing blitz. Ambrose jumped offside.
First penalty of the ball game, partner.
Gives us a chance to beat our officiating crew, as Vinny Ambrose can't believe that they would actually call that on one of our TCU student athletes of the week. Crew headed up by Mike Monahan tonight. He's joined by Bill Kumanitz, Darren Metcalf, Jason Metcalf, and John T. Walszewski. 2nd and 4. Paulus pitches to Hardrick. Hardrick with a little bit of a seam, bounces off a couple tacklers, 1 yard short of the first down. Graham Eli finally brought him down. But Penn sitting pretty here with a 3rd and 1 at the Lion 46.
Boy, he got really close there with that 2nd, 3rd effort.
Hardrick's a good hard runner. Corey Yeoman would expect that from any running back, but particularly one who is a rugby All-American, which is what Alec Hardrick is. Long count here by Paulus. Play clock to 10. Paulus will pitch to Hardrick. Got his seam, got the first down. He's gone. Kiss him goodbye. Alec Hardrick with a Penn touchdown. 46 yards and no flags.
Wow. Talk about explosive.
Did I also mention he's on the Penn track team? You can understand why here. Got a little seam, and that's all he needed. He was in the secondary and even and leaving. 46 yards, his third touchdown run of the year. And now Braden Primrose on to try the extra point. The touchdown sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. Primrose 11 of 12 on PATs this year. Carson Mumaw is his holder. The snap is clean. The kick is up. It's deflected, and it's no good. It's short of the crossbar, and so we're tied at 6 after the Blazers are able to block the extra point, and I think it was big Rodney McGraw who got a hand on it. But let's look at the Penn touchdown again. Get another look from our friends at Aegis Dental Group, and you'll see this one from field level. Look at the seam that he had walled off for him by that big Penn offensive line. Guys like Joe Hawley and Braden Shinsky doing the job for Hardrick that time. And then we'll get another look here at the extra point down here at the south end of the field. And the leap, yep, that was Rodney McGraw. Used to be a basketball player, 6'6", and he elevated very nicely.
He's been a factor already in this ball game. Folks, everyone loves Rise and Roll Donuts in Mishawaka, but you know they also offer pies, jellies, soup mixes, Amish noodles, and so much more. Rise and Roll also offers a large line of gluten-free products. Stop by this week for your favorite Rise and Roll Donuts and so much more. Located on Grape Road in Mishawaka. Open Monday through Friday. That is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Rise and Roll, doing things the old-fashioned way.
So a little pooch kick against the Blazers here, and it looks like it's Kenneth Dennis, who's trying to run for his life down there and couldn't get away. Bulldog down at the 21-yard line. So Dennis with a short return off the spinning pooch kick. And you'll get another look here at some good special teams coverage by Penn, courtesy of Aegis Dental Group. Give Dennis credit. He broke out of 3 tackles, but he couldn't break out of all of them. Seth Jankowski finally brought him down.
Scoring drive for Penn. They went 69 yards in 5 plays, 2 first downs along the way. And what an outstanding effort by their running back.
Wilfong was going to throw. Now he wants to run it. Breaks a couple of tackles and takes it up to the 25-yard line. A 4-yard run for Cameron Wilfong, who really worked on running a lot during the offseason. He and the coaches both felt he was somewhat out of shape after last season, and so he really worked on his fitness, did a lot of running during the pandemic, and has come back 5'11", 175, and much more nimble.
Really a fantastic story of how he was able to jump in there and take over the helm of the Elkhart offense.
Now on second down, Wilfong throws out in the flat and has Donovan Johnson. Johnson's 10th catch of the year. Got around the outside, and the tackle made at the 39-yard line. That's a first down for Elkhart, sponsored by J&N Stone. Donovan Johnson, the son of the former Elkhart Central coach LeVar Johnson, has been one of the pleasant surprises of this receiving corps so far this year, Bob.
Well, a nice move after the catch right there. Wound up picking up about 13 yards on the play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Stack receiver formation up to the top of your screen. And play action, slant. Oh, nice play by Ty Zahner to break it up. They had hit Tyron Mason on that play in the first possession, but this time Zahner came over the top and was able to knock it away. You get another look courtesy of Aegis Dental Group.
Wilfong in the night so far, 5 out of 7 passing, and Chuck, all 7 passes have been right on the mark. Folks, some drivers think comfort is found in leather seats or dual climate controls, but for 40 million American motorists, comfort is knowing that they have a State Farm agent who's always there providing personal service at a competitive rate. So talk to State Farm and agent Rachel Wayne in Elkhart. She'll make sure you get the coverage you need and the discounts you deserve.
A pass was deflected into the air and nearly intercepted by Penn. as the Kingsmen got disruption along the line of scrimmage to bat this ball up in the air. And I believe it was Brendan Art, number 52, who did it, but you get another look here courtesy of Aegis Dental Group. And it might have been 92 Carson Reed.
We mentioned how many playmakers there are in this game tonight. We've seen probably 5 or 6 individual efforts have been tremendous already.
So Elkhart looking at a 3rd and 10 with 4:06 to go here in the stanza. Wilfong steps up, throws, and threw it away. He had Derek Woods open out there, but he felt the heat of that Penn pass rush and threw it away.
Boy, Woods was in there and helping with the protection, but then there's almost like a sign, if I'm going to go, you release, and I'll throw it to you, and he just missed it, but he was wide open. But a good stop for the Kingsmen.
So 4th down and a punting situation for Elkhart. Graham Eli will make the punt, sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe. High snap, but Eli gets off a nice kick. Hardrick takes it at his 33, eludes about 3 tackles and squeezes out to the 37-yard line. And that's where Penn will have, once again, very good field position for the night.
Nice hardcore return there, about 7 yards after 38-yard punt. So Penn in good shape.
Hardrick definitely gives this offense a spark. At least he did on the last possession. So he'll stay in there at running back here. And they'll actually spot it at the 38, the best field position of the night so far for Penn. Perfect autumn night here in Elkhart on the banks of the Elkhart River.
We haven't seen Riffle carry the ball tonight.
They run a one-back offense, and right now that back is Hardrick, although it's Nick Favilla on the end around. He thinks about pulling up and passing. Instead, he gets stuck at the 39-yard line. What a hit by the Lions. I think it was Clayton Lundy who lowered the boom over there. You'll get another look courtesy of Aegis Dental Group. Indeed, Lundy, the wrestler, made sure he got 2 points for that takedown.
Boy, that momentum that he had going up toward the line of scrimmage disappeared in a hurry.
1 yard gain for Favilla, and it's 2nd and 9. 6-6 ball game. Paulus from the shotgun. Pitches to Hardrick. Hardrick runs to the other side and again tackled. This time Vinny Ambrose makes the stop after Hardrick gets up to the 42-yard line to set up a 3rd and 6. Pick up a 3 on the play. Ambrose, catcher on the baseball team. Very hard hitter. One of the captains on the squad. And because he's an honor roll student, he's one of the people you'll meet in our halftime TCU student athlete segment.
59 yards rushing already for Hardrick in this game.
Paulus wants to throw. Has time, unloading deep for Favilla and overthrew him. Kenneth Dennis was with him step for step.
Wow, what an arm, huh?
So Paulus overthrows Favilla. It'll be 4th down and a punting situation here for the Kingsmen. And they'll bring out their punter, Braden Shinsky, for the 2nd time here in the 1st quarter.
Had enough action to fill a 4-quarter replay here, Chuck. It's been a wild and a great start to this game.
Tyron Mason and Derek Woods are the deep men. Shinsky hangs one high into the evening sky. And it'll take a roll, and Woods will grab it at the 22. An official takes a tumble. Woods reverses field, gets a block, and finally run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. We had all kinds of bodies hitting the floor that time.
Woods is creative, isn't he?
He's exciting every time he touches the ball. Some of the members of this officiating crew might want to work on the agility. I believe that's Darren Metcalf. Ooh, down goes Frazier. Hope he's okay. Did not look as though he hit his head on the turf, so that's good. So they'll spot the ball at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Elkhart. 3rd possession of the night for the Lions. Wiltfong fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, and he got maybe 2 yards or so before he was knocked down. Owen Wiseman, having a great year at defensive tackle, comes over and makes the stop. He's a young man that started in the program as a tight end, but has really made a great adjustment to defense.
Folks, take the first step towards selecting a college or university that will provide the right foundation for your future by attending the Christian College Fair at the Y Camp Athletic Center at Bethel University on Monday, September 28th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Visit with colleges and universities from around the country, as well as learning more about financial aid opportunities. That's Monday, September 28th, 6:30 to 8:30 at Bethel University. They say go Pilot.
Derek Woods, a 13-yard gain and a first down, sponsored by J&N Stone. You get another look from Aegis Dental Group. This time, some pretty good movement along that line. Great blocks from Russo and Warlick that time. Gave Woods a hole to run through.
Going to be some adjustments by both teams as the game goes along, and it looked like Penn was focusing on Woods early, but he got a nice opportunity there.
1st and 10 at the 44. Play action pass. Wiltfong had Mason open deep. Instead, he's got Woods on the wheel route. Woods runs into Zahner and out of bounds at the 28. First down, sponsored by J&N Stone. Pickup of 28 on the play for Derek Woods, coming out of the backfield where they have used him a few times this year. 4th catch of the year for Woods. I thought they might try to go deep to Mason, but Wiltfong saw Woods was all by his lonesome over there on the side.
86 yards passing here in the first half, first quarter.
Woods getting looks from some MAC schools. Here's Wiltfong rolling out, away from pressure. Now decides to tuck it under, and he gets tucked under by the Penn defense. Michael Paquette, the linebacker, comes over to make the stop. The 6-foot junior was all over Wiltfong for a loss of 1. And it'll be 2nd and 11.
And I'm thinking that Josh Shattuck would say, look, rather take that hit, throw the ball out of bounds.
Garrett Gansack checks into the game with the play. And the Lions will go 3 wide to the left. Play clock at 10. Wiltfong gives it to Woods right up the middle. Woods running over people. Woods takes it down to the 21-yard line, and that'll set up Elkhart for a 3rd and 2. And let's see if Josh Shattuck tries to get one more play into the quarter here. He's going to hurry them up to the line of scrimmage. Wiltfong in trouble because nobody really reacted to the snap on the offensive line, and he'll have to sashay out of bounds. And Elkhart will be looking at a key 4th down play when the 2nd quarter begins. Some electric plays here in the first quarter, 2 of them resulting in touchdowns. Wiltfong to Tyron Mason for the first score, and then Alec Hardrick took it right down Main Street for the second, and we're tied at 6 after 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Speaking of Bill's Heating, time for Bill's Heating Sideline Report. Bo Hunt, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that stood out is just the amount of pass and run efficiency that both these teams have, and kind of the mirror image that they really both are. A lot of athletes out there who are very well coached, and the ability to not only just run the ball, but actually pass the ball as well. Some speed on the outsides. What I see with both these teams is almost a mirror image of each other, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Bo.
First quarter stats, quick look at them. Elkhart, 27 yards rushing, 86 through the air, 113 yards. Penn, 50 yards on the ground. That includes an 11-yard loss on a sack of the quarterback. They have 10 yards passing, a total of 60 yards in the ball game.
So Elkhart now looking at a 4th and 6 after they botched that 3rd down play to end the first quarter. Second quarter brought to us by Rise and Roll in Mishawaka. Woods, the lone back in the backfield. Danye Higgins and Mason wide to the right. Donovan Johnson to the left. Wiltfong looking left, throwing for the end zone. Johnson makes the catch. Touchdown, Elkhart. What a play. The defensive back lost sight of the ball. Johnson saw it coming the whole time, put on the brakes, and made the grab.
25 yards and a touchdown.
You get another look from Aegis Dental Group, and the defensive back winds up overrunning the football, and Johnson is able to make the grab. Since it's a tie game, Rodney Gates comes on to try the extra point. This time the kick is up and good. And we've had one play in the second quarter, and it results in a touchdown, sponsored by Cheryl Noblet with Health Matters, Health Markets. And the Lions lead at 13-6 as we take another look at the touchdown from Elkhart. Wiltfong looked left the whole time. Jankowski had it read, but he just overran the football, and Johnson was able to make the snare in the back of the end zone.
Well, we got a chance to catch up with some news about Reschcor. Wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are the most valuable asset? Well, now's your chance, because Reschcor is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. Working for this steadily growing company isn't just a job, it's a career. Learn more about joining the Reschcor family. Visit Reschcor, that's RESCHCOR.com.
Rodney Gates will do the kicking for Elkhart. The kickoff sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe. Alec Hardrick is deep along with Kyle Riffle. And a high spinning kick. It'll go to one of the up men at the 15-yard line. And bringing the ball up the field for Penn and doing it beautifully all the way to the 43-yard line is Matt Sastry. So Sastry, reserve tight end, comes up with a terrific kickoff return to the 43, and the move in from St. Charles, Illinois gives Penn some excellent field position.
The Galley in Mishawaka and Elkhart, great place for an evening out or to meet up for a football game. Trivia on Tuesdays, plenty of TVs along with family dining areas and banquet areas are available as well. Check out the Galley in Mishawaka and Elkhart.
1st and 10 for Penn at its own 43, trailing by a touchdown. Kyle Riffle back in the game behind his quarterback, Ron Paulus. Paulus will pitch to Riffle on the left side, and Riffle is met right there by a host of blue jerseys. Roderick Ballard, the linebacker, comes up and makes the hit. We saw Ballard last year as a wide receiver. They've got him playing linebacker this year, and Josh Shattuck really pleased with his play.
Virtually no gain on the play. Riffle's carried twice now for 2 yards.
2nd and 11 in a passing situation for the Kingsmen. Twins to the left of Paulus at the bottom of your screen. Paulus looks that way, fires, and the catch made by Zach David at the Elkhart 49, 2 yards short of the first down marker, and you'll see David make his second grab of the night, but look at the strength on this throw from Paulus. He fired a bullet out there. Michael Etcher on the stop, but one of the things Josh Shattuck told us at practice Wednesday, Bob, Ron Paulus is going to make some throws that they're just not going to be able to defend. He's going to make 5 or 6 of those in the game where you just stand and applaud.
Especially on the quick routes. Strong arm.
Riffle up the middle has the first down and more. He runs Vinny Ambrose all the way down to the 38-yard line. The first down sponsored by Trimador. And Kyle Riffle looking very strong on that run up the middle.
Like the old Penn trap play there, partner. He had a trap, kicked out the end, and right up the north-south route went Riffle.
Pretty sure that's still a staple of this offense. So a pickup of 12 on the play. 1st down and 10. Paulus wants to throw. Looks right, fires over the head of his intended receiver, Zach David, and it'll be 2nd down. First time he kind of sailed one here tonight.
2 out of 5 so far for Paulus in this first half. Folks, if you're a foodie, check out Tradewinds Family Restaurants in Mishawaka and Elkhart. Great food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Dine in or carry out. Carry out's also available. Tradewinds Family Restaurant, delicious food at a fair price.
They'll sponsor our player of the game tonight. 2nd and 10. Blazers showing blitz. Lundy got picked up by the tight end, but there were enough other people, including Ballard and Holmes, there to make the stop. And a gain of 1 for Riffle. Will be 3rd and 9.
Zolman's Best One Auto Care has 6 locations in Michiana for all your car needs. For a bigger job, financing is available. You can also schedule your service and shop for tires online. Zolman's also offers free coffee and Wi-Fi and shuttle service. Check out ZolmanTire.com.
3rd and 9 for Penn. Hollis again under pressure. Screen pass to Riffle. Riffle kind of got caught up in the wash there. Finally, Holmes brings him down at the 28, but he might have enough to make the first down. Vinny Ambrose looked like he was in position to make the tackle, but he was kind of turned around the wrong way. Riffle was able to roll past him and get the first down inside the 28. You'll get another look here from Aegis Dental Group and see what I'm talking about. Hollis just lobs it over. There's Ambrose getting knocked down, and then Riffle had to move Ambrose out of the way as well. Good pursuit by Holmes, who's a defensive lineman, make the stop. 1st and 10. Pitch out to Riffle around the right side. Look at the pursuit here by the blue jerseys. Dennis comes up with a hit, and then Ambrose takes him down at the 26-yard line to pick up a 2.
Really nothing there. When he got to the corner, corner disappeared, and Riffle was able to still pick up a couple of yards. He has 17 yards now in his first 6 carries of the night.
2nd and 8. Hollis has thrown 1 screen pass on this drive. It's been fairly quiet with the receiving corps tonight. Favilla and Mumma. Zach David has been doing most of the damage. Now it's Riffle off the left side, makes a nice cut back to the inside. Ambrose and Dennis have to track him down at the 12. Another first down sponsored by Trimador. And Penn is getting some surge against this Elkhart defensive line. Look at the job done by the offensive line that time, firing out of the blocks. Joe Hawley, the guard, 6'2", 264 with a monster block.
15-yard gain.
Middle of that line, Oscar Lauer at one guard, Joe Hawley at the other. And the center, Joe Goralczyk, doing a great job. On 1st and 10, Paulus puts Favilla in motion and gives it to him on the pitch. Favilla around the right side, knocked out of bounds. Darjan Lewis came over and took him out at the 9-yard line. That might actually count as a pass that time because that was a little flip forward to Favilla.
Forward flip there.
2nd and 7 here for Penn as we hit 8:08 left before halftime. Kingsman trailing by a touchdown. Now they'll try to stretch this field horizontally here as they put David and Favilla way out to the left. It's Paulus waiting for the snap, looking left, fires, and it's broken up as Michael Echartia was able to get over there and keep Zach David from making the catch. It's the 2nd time we've called Echartia's name tonight. He had a key interception in the game against New Prairie last year.
Boy, Chuck, I'll tell you what, the secondary coverage for both teams has been exceptional tonight. It's been some well-thrown balls that haven't been complete. Folks, want to tell you about Trimador. They wish the best of luck to Penn football's team on their 2020 season. Trimador, your #1 source for all standard and custom millwork needs, including interior doors, trim, built-ins, stair parts, and hardware. Trimador is currently hiring for all positions, offering competitive wages, a bonus program, and an attractive benefit package. Apply at 1824 North Home Street in Mishawaka.
Timeout sponsored by Rachel Wayne State Farm Insurance. Penn knocking on the door, down by 7 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by Aegis Dental Group. It's trusted dentistry. We go downstairs for a Bills Heating Sideline report. Bo Hunt, key 3rd down call here for Corey Yeoman and the Kingsmen. From what you've seen of Penn in this game, what do you think he'll do?
Well, they've spread it out most of the game, but that last play right before they called the timeout, they actually packed everybody in, including the wide receivers, looking like they were trying to maybe get something on the corner, guys.
They go back to more of a spread out formation here on 3rd and 6. Paulus looks to the sidelines. Offensive coordinator with new signal of plays. Play clock down to 10. Now at 5, and Paulus looking left again, fires, and it's intercepted. Kenneth Dennis will run it out of the end zone. Dennis still on his feet. Flag comes in behind the play. This will probably come back, but it won't negate the turnover. Only the first interception that Ron Paulus has thrown this year, and it comes in the end zone, courtesy of Kenneth Dennis. You get another look from Aegis Dental Group. He just threw the ball too high and not where anybody was. And then the flag will come in right there for a block on Rodney McGraw, a block in the back, and so it'll be half the distance from there, but it'll be Elkhart football back at about the 6. So the Kingsmen looked as though they were ready to score the tying touchdown, but Dennis steps in front of the pass and sets up Elkhart with the ball, albeit back at its own 6-yard line.
3 minutes and 54 seconds on that drive. They started at their own 43-yard line and put together a really impressive drive. But boy, Chuck, you can't do that too many times and not get points.
By the way, don't expect this field position to thwart Elkhart much. They have had 2 99-yard drives already this season and a 97-yard drive. So Elkhart used to working from the shadow of its own goalpost. It's Woods trying to find running room up the middle, and there's none. The white jerseys stack them up at about the 7, a pickup of 1. You could have cited the entire Penn defensive roster there in on the stop. Devin Ritchie coming in on the stop that time, along with a ton of others.
Have to give him a pickup of a couple right there.
2nd and 8. Mason at the bottom of your screen, but Wiltfong throws to Woods coming out of the backfield. Derek Woods dives across the 12-yard line. It looks like Sastry was the one who brought him down that time, and it'll be 3rd down and 3. Sastry playing against his cousin Javen Lowe tonight, who plays for Elkhart. Key 3rd and 3 here for the Lions. Penn would love to force a punt and get great field position. Woods the lone back in the backfield with Wilt Fawn. Play action, they give it to Mason on an end around. He's got blockers in front. Mason has the first down, tripped up going out of bounds at the 22-yard line. And for Tyron Mason, that's his 11th carry of the year, and he is getting close to 300 yards for the season. That was a pickup of 10 and a first down sponsored by J&N Stone. So Mason gives the Lions a little bit of breathing room here. Elkhart with a 13-6 lead on Penn, trying to get its first win over Penn for an Elkhart football school since 1985. Wilt Fawn to Mason along the near side to the 31-yard line. Seth Jankowski comes over to make the tackle. And Mason now with his 5th grab of the night, I believe.
And he only he picked up
9 yards on the play.
Yeah.
It'll be 2nd and 1.
125 yards passing for Elkhart.
Wilt Fawn taking his time as the clock goes under the midway point of the 2nd quarter. And Wilt Fawn on play action in trouble. Eludes tacklers, still on his feet. Got back to the 25, but he took a loss of 6. It could have been worse.
First sack of the night for Penn's defense. Elkhart has one.
It was like a jailbreak against that Elkhart offensive line, and then finally Michael Paquette came over and made the hit to force a 3rd and 7.
Carry number 5 for Will Fong tonight.
Not the way they want to get him carries, though.
No.
See how many the Kingsmen bring here. And Josh Shattuck wants a timeout. It's sponsored by Rachel Wayne State Farm Insurance.
Folks, Granger Auto Detail on Bittersweet are the experts for all your quality detail needs. Daily drivers and classics, plus trucks, boats, RVs, and motorcycles. It's time to get the toys cleaned up before storing them for the winter. Granger Auto Detail also handles paint and gel coat restoration. Check out GrangerAutoDetailing.com.
Well, when you look at who Penn has played this year and who they will be playing, 2-2, not too bad against this schedule. Number 2, number 1, number 4, play number 8 tonight. Next week, they get number 3 Marion. Other than that,
kind of an off night. Folks, when you're ready for the next move in your life, contact Kent Guy with Weichert Realtors. Licensed in Indiana and Michigan, Kent has over 25 years experience and is one of the industry leaders in the area. Whether you're buying or selling, if results count, Kent is your guy.
3rd and 7 for Elkhart with 5:05 to go here, first half. High snap. Wilt Fong steps up. Now flips it out to Russo, and Russo to the 35 has the first down, sponsored by J&N Stone. Dominic Russo with just his 2nd catch of the year, but it's a big one as it gets the Lions a first down.
Gain of about 10 yards on the play.
Key pickup there for Dominic Russo, a member of the baseball team. He'll have his birthday a week from Saturday. I'm sure Josh Shattuck will say, well, that's your present right there. You got to pass your way.
10 out of 14 for Wilt Fong so far. That was a pickup of 16 yards.
Wilt Fong fires low for Tyron Mason here, and it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Some other scores: Tippecanoe Valley leading Rochester in the Battle of the Bell 27-0. Edwardsburg an 18-0 lead on Vicksburg. And Fairfield leads West Noble 28-0. What a job Matt Thacker is doing. Marion with a 21-0 lead on Adams.
Wow. Eagles have gotten off to a great start.
So it is 2nd and 10. Woods now put in the slot next to Mason. There's a little bit of track speed down there. Wilt Fong going to go right up the middle, though. Dives forward, and Cameron Wilt Fong got himself to the 42-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play, and sets up Elkhart with a manageable 3rd and 3.
It puts Wilt Fong in positive territory as far as rushing on the night. Folks, Lather and Fade is proud to announce their new location in downtown South Bend, along with current Granger and Elkhart locations. Lather and Fade offers a world-class barber experience, whether you want vintage, classic, or modern look. Check out latherandfadeshop.com.
Concord leading Goshen 6-0 that game in the 2nd quarter. Here it's 3rd and 3. Wilt Fong, play action. Tyron Mason, can he get the first down? Yes, he crashes forward to the 46-yard line before Paquette was able to tackle him, but the first down sponsored by J&N Stone. Little 4-yard pickup there, but it'll work.
11 out of 15 to start the game for Wilt Fong.
Remember, this drive started back at the Lions 6.
The only negative is the field position started, but it's a positive if you can run the rest of the clock out and get down the field.
They've had 3 first downs in this drive so far. Northwood on top of Wawasee. That game 20-0 Panthers in the 2nd. Wilt Fong wants to throw. Steps up. He's heaving it deep down the field. Donovan Johnson was interfered with by Ty Zahner, and the flag comes out. Zahner got beat deep on the play, and while the ball was underthrown, Zahner had his back to the ball as he made contact with Johnson, and that'll get the call against you every time.
Second time Penn's been flagged for interference. The first time it was a touchdown, so they didn't take the penalty, but this time they will. And check, that's only the second penalty of the night, one for each team.
Another first down sponsored by J&N Stone. Johnson was out there, and Zahner basically wrapped his arms around him long before that ball got there.
Hardware Plus is a proud supporter of high school sports and has been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century, featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts. Hardware Plus, where service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
Derek Woods off the left side. Woods jogs his way up the field to the 31-yard line, pick up a 7 on the play for the Elkhart Speedster. Woods motivated by family. He wants to be able to play at the next level. It's been tough for recruits right now with the NCAA legislation that's out giving everybody at the college level an extra year. The seniors in high school are finding the offers to be few and far between right now. But hopefully that logjam will break for Woods and his ilk. 2nd and 3. The handoff to Woods. Again tries the left side, but this time maybe got a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2. Lots of Penn pursuit that time, led by Devin Ritchie, the linebacker.
Woods with 37 yards rushing here in the first half. As I said, it was pretty obvious from the outset that Penn was focusing on Woods tonight.
Wilt Vaughn again working from the gun on 3rd and 2. This time he's going to roll right. Wilt Vaughn fires on the run, and Johnson, did he make the catch? Yes, he did at the 20-yard line. A first down sponsored by J&N Stone. We told you Donovan Johnson may be the most improved receiver in Stevie Robinson's core, and he shows it again right here, going low to scoop this one up. Good angle here from Tony Beltran down on the field cam tonight.
Another first down for Elkhart.
Pickup of about 12 on the play. Elkhart trying to string together a 94-yard drive here late in the first half. They have one timeout remaining. High snap, and Wilt Vaughn kept it and wound up going nowhere because Bryce Sekendi came in, and the junior defensive end was all over Wilt Vaughn that time for a loss of 5 on the play.
Second sack of the night.
2nd and 15. Remember, Elkhart doesn't really have a field goal kicker tonight, so they've got to stick it in the end zone here. Wilt Vaughn with time to throw, fires and has his man. Johnson makes the catch, headed to the end zone, touchdown Elkhart. Donovan Johnson made the catch and put a move on Ty Zahner, and that was all she wrote. You get another look courtesy of Aegis Dental Group. What a night for Donovan Johnson, his 2nd touchdown catch of the evening. But here's the little move he put on Zahner, and he put a burst of speed on him. Touchdown sponsored by Cheryl Noblet with Health Markets. Extra point sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe. Rodney Gates has it up and good. It's 20-6 Elkhart. And Bob, here's another look at the touchdown catch by Donovan Johnson.
What a great run after the catch. And again, the Penn defender trying to limit his yardage. He comes up on him, he goes around, and the safety can't quite get there before he gets to the end zone. Outstanding play.
So a 25-yard touchdown catch from Wilt Vaughn to Johnson. 2nd time they've linked up tonight. And make it a 20-6 Elkhart advantage. And Josh Shattuck got everything he could have possibly wanted out of that drive. Points and a lot of time off the clock.
94 yards, 14 plays. Drive started with 7:14 left to go. And they've got it under a minute.
6:23 on the drive is what I came up with.
I'll let you handle the math there, brother.
So Rodney Gates will do the kicking, sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe.
Crystal Clear Pools in Osceola wants to recognize the 2020 senior graduates from this spring and wish them the best as they move on to the next stage of their lives. Also a shout out to the senior athletes, band and cheerleaders who are participating this fall. Keep up the hard work and thank you for being leaders in your schools and communities.
Gates with a squib kick that'll be fielded back at the 26 by Hunter Merzinski. And Mrozinski brings it forward to the 43-yard line. So 1st and 10, Penn has all 3 timeouts remaining. There's time for Ron Paulus to do some work here.
It really is, but what an outstanding night for Wilfong so far. He is 13 out of 17 on the night for 180 yards in the first half.
Well, you saw him throw the ball in practice, Bob, and I grant you, it's practice. And there wasn't a rush coming too often, but my goodness, he showed an accurate arm that day.
He sure did, and again, you just love the hard work that's gone into it.
1st and 10 from the 43. Casey Schultz, the tight end, in motion. Paulus looks to throw, as you would expect. It's a screen pass, and it's read well by Vinny Ambrose. Alec Hardrick made the catch and lost 3 on the play.
Not exactly the start you're looking for in the drive.
Ambrose may have knocked the wind out of himself with the way he made that hit on Hardrick. 2nd and 13, and it looks like Penn will milk the clock here. No sense of urgency trying to hurry this one up. They'll keep it on the ground with Hardrick this time. Hardrick picks up about 6, but Corey Yeoman seems contented to go to the locker room and try to solve this one. Elkhart trying to break a 35-year curse, and a timeout is called with .1 on the clock. So the timeout is called by Penn. Clock right now shows double zeros here at Rice Field, but they're going to probably put about 2 seconds on the clock here.
Folks at the finest in casual dining, look no further than the Bristol Street Cafe, located at 500 West Bristol Street in Elkhart, serving outstanding hearty breakfasts and daily lunch specials until 2 p.m. The Bristol Street Cafe is a proud sponsor of Elkhart High School athletics.
Well, we might as well take advantage of the fact that Bo Hunt would normally be grabbing a coach here. Kind of tough to do during the pandemic, so we'll get his thoughts here with the Bills Heating Sideline Report. And Bo, your thoughts on this first half?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that we look at is we were coming out here and we were expecting to see a D1 quarterback, except it was on the other side and he's wearing blue. I mean, Wilfong, what a great job he's done so far. Just the ability to hit his receivers on the money and the ability for those receivers, yards after catch, guys. Remember that, yards after catch tonight. That was a big stat in the first half.
All right, thank you very much, Bo. 3rd and 7 here for Penn. We'll see if they attempt a Hail Mary throw here with Paulus from their own 46. Ron has time. Fires, could be a hook and ladder with Favilla. Favilla is still on his feet, gets finally up to the 34, and down he goes. Clayton Lundy on the stop. First down sponsored by Trimador, but that'll do it for the first half of play from Elkhart's historic Rice Field as the Lions go to the locker room with a 20-6 lead thanks to a big first half from their receiving corps. Tyron Mason with a TD catch. Yeah, Alec Hardrick had a run for Penn, but then Donovan Johnson with 2 touchdown celebrations, and the Lions lead at 20-6. The halftime report, sponsored by Lather and Fade, comes your way next on 46.
Welcome back to Rice Field on a beautiful night for football. We have a chance to visit now with our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can be a member today. They'd love to have you. We'd love to have these guests with us again tonight. We got a triumvirate tonight. We have 3 award winners, and that's the first for us, but we're going to enjoy that. We're going to talk with Logan Hutchko first from Penn High School. Logan, first of all, congratulations on being singled out for your accomplishments, not only on the field, but also in the classroom.
Thank you.
What is your, first of all, you're involved in football, but you're also involved in lacrosse. You get to run around with a basket.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been doing lacrosse?
I've been doing lacrosse since I was in the end of elementary school, like 5th grade around that time.
And you want to maybe play a little bit of that in college or no?
If I'm good enough, that'd be great to get an opportunity to do that, but that's not my number one choice right now.
Well, I know what your number one choice is for school. Tell us about it.
I'm in a lot of AP classes, and my goal is to go to the University of Michigan, hopefully. And I just have to balance my time between school and sports.
And you want to study, you want to be pre-med, maybe be a doctor someday?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe an orthodontist or orthopedic surgeon, something like that.
Well, that'd be great. We wish you the best of luck with that. Give a shout out to the people that have been behind you all the way.
I'd like to thank my parents, especially my dad for pushing me in math and my mom for pushing me in English. And then I'd like to thank my friends for helping me to get here too.
Well, you got a nice group behind you, and they've done a good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Logan Hutchko from Penn High School, our Student Athlete of the Week, and we get to turn this way and talk to a wonderful young lady, and she's from Elkhart High School. We're trying not to say Elkhart Central, Elkhart Memorial, but we really want to welcome you, Emily Anderson, and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
You're involved in a couple sports as well. Tell us about them.
I'm a senior volleyball player, and I also participate in track.
And your track team's been doing pretty well, right?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, due to COVID and safety reasons, it did get canceled. However, we're looking really forward to combining and having a super stacked team this year. So. And
in the past, you've done well.
Yeah, I made it to state in the 4x1 my sophomore year. We had a really talented group of girls that year. It was just so much fun to be a part of.
That's terrific. Congratulations on that. Tell us about the other things you're involved with at Elkhart High School.
I'm currently a member of the National Honor Society. I'm also vice president of student government for the class of 2021, as well as the school building itself.
That leaves you about a half hour of personal time, right?
Right.
You really have to be disciplined about that. Talk about what it takes to get that done.
It takes a lot of time management, especially being in multiple sports. You really have to know what you want and sacrifice some things that you may want, but you want your success more. So you really just have to put your best foot forward in the things that you really want and strive for success. So.
You talk about Indiana University?
Yeah, I'm planning on going there right now. I hope to study biology in the pre-med areas because I want to become an anesthesiologist.
Wow. Well, you and Logan can get together and have your own practice then.
Right.
Hey, you want to spend a minute talking about special people in your life?
I'd like to shout out my parents and my family, and then friends and coaches that have pushed me to be the best athlete I can be. Just thank you so much for helping me.
Way to go. We wish you the best of luck at IU and in your future.
Thank you so much.
All right, Emily Anderson from Elkhart High School. And, oh, my goodness, here's another guy from Elkhart High School. And this is Vincent Ambrose. And, Vincent, first of all, congratulations to you as well. There used to be 2 schools, and now there's 1. But we had 2 winners from Elkhart. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk about what it takes to get everything done. I mean, you're involved in baseball. That might be your best sport in the future. But football as well, so you're in the weight room. I mean, just so much time management.
Oh yeah, weight rooms, it's a year-round thing, just like baseball. We kind of take a little time off with football, but football's done, we go right into it. Time management is a big thing. You don't always get to go out and hang out with your friends on Sundays. You have to get stuff done. Working out is a big thing about it, and you find a goal and you got to reach that goal. So
there you go. I know you want to play baseball in college. You're
Yes,
not sure
sir.
exactly where yet, but somebody's going to get themselves a good midfielder, outfielder.
catcher.
Like I said, catcher. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Good for you. And any idea where you'd like to go?
Not yet. Just seeing all my options and gonna pick the best one.
There you go. Want to ask you about the people that have been behind you all the way and helped you be successful.
Obviously my family, all of them, my friends, our coaching staff came in as a freshman, so I have a really good relationship with them. All my teachers and everything, and especially Coach Kurth. I wish he could be here, but so.
Well, he's always going to be here in one way or another.
That's right.
What a wonderful memory. I want to ask you real quick about getting 2 schools together and the football team melding together. You guys have done a great job with that.
Yeah, I mean, there has not been one problem. That first weight room session we had in the winter, I mean, it was kind of weird. We went to Memorial, I guess West, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And we got in there. I mean, not a thing about Central Memorial, anything. and we went in and went after it, and that's been like that ever since. It's been awesome to be a part of.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations on all the work that's being done there and what you've done in the classroom.
Thank you.
All right, Vincent Ambrose from Elkhart High School, one of our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're back in just a moment with some halftime stats and highlights. You're watching the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week.
And this edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for 30 years. Halftime at historic Rice Field. And high above the fray, it's Chuck and Bob with you on the halftime report brought to you by Lather and Faith. Partner, your thoughts on that first half?
Well, it's just an outstanding effort by Wilfong throwing the football in the first half, and the receivers doing a great job. Johnson's been outstanding for Elkhart here in the first half. Penn, a little conservative. They turned the ball over almost in the end zone, and that really hurt them. And when you look at the time of possession, it's about even, but the points, quite a difference, 20-6 with Elkhart on top.
We're not the only ones getting it through tight windows tonight. So have the quarterbacks. Let's show you how it got to be this way at Rice Field. Cameron Wilfong on play action found Tyron Mason. Ty Zahner drived all over him. Didn't matter. Lions get on the board at 6-0. Back comes Penn. Ron Paulus to Zach David for a key first down. And then Alec Hardrick is even and leaving on the left side. Look at the hustle by the official here, though.
How about that?
Great job. Tied at 6 as both teams missed the extra point. Then look at the touch by Wilfong on this pass to Derek Woods coming out of the backfield. That was good for 28 yards. First play of the second quarter. Wilfong up top to Donovan Johnson. Defensive back overruns it. Johnson doesn't. He's got the touchdown grab. 13-6 Elkhart. Penn is threatening, but Kenneth Dennis gets the interception in the end zone. Tried to run it out of there, and then look at Johnson put the moves on Zahner here to take it to the house. 20-6 Elkhart at the break, and the numbers would belie the fact that the Lions have dominated this one right now.
Well, again, with the time of possession being about even, you'd say what happened? Well, you turned it over down by the other team's goal line. Rushing yards, Penn leads at 96-49, but passing yardage, 180 in the first half for Elkhart to just 47 for Penn, and 20 of those came on the last play of the first half. Total yards, 229 to 143. Not many penalties in this game, which really speaks to the fact that both teams mentally ready to play tonight. One turnover is a big one for Penn.
Again, an Elkhart team has not beaten Penn since 1985. The Lions trying to change that right now, and they might be a half away from doing it. As it's 20-6, Elkhart at the break. Lions coming out. We'll have second half play-by-play on TV 46. For those of you watching on the Reschcor live stream, scores come your way in just a moment. As best we have it. All right, folks, here's a look at the high school scoreboard as best we have it right now. Second quarter, and Walkerton knocks on top of John Glenn 6-0. Tippecanoe Valley leads Rochester at halftime in the Battle of the Bell, 33-0 Vikings. Halftime at Jake Field, and Concord leads Goshen 13-0. Halftime in Angola, and Lakeland and Angola are tied at 21 at the half. Halftime at Schoolfield, Marion leads Adams 35-0. Northwood on top of Wawasee 27-0 at the half. Fairfield leads West Noble 28-0. That's in the second. Also in the second, New Prairie leads St. Joe 21-0. Halftime in Middlebury, Warsaw on top of Northridge by a count of 14-7. Washington leads Clay in the second quarter 7-6. Todd Stamich's team looking for its first win of the year. Triton on top of Culver, that's 34-8 at the half. And in Michigan, Berrien Springs leads Niles 13-8 at the half. St. Joe leading Kalamazoo Central 25-0. Edwardsburg on top of Vicksburg 26-0. And Dowagiac and Pawpaw are tied at 7. And here at Rice Field in Elkhart, the Lions warming up on the field with a 20-6 lead on Penn. Second half play-by-play comes your way. You're watching the 46 live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and the IHSA Champions Network, sponsored by Reschcor. And this edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned.
Folks, glad to have you back with us for our broadcast. Now, for over 60 years, industry has relied on the great team at Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT is the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. The medical, automotive, defense, and aerospace challenges have built our legacy. Reach us at iftworldwide.com. At IFT, we'll work until you're finished correctly.
Bo Huff for Bill's Heating Sideline Report. You're down there by the Penn team warming up. I don't know if you were able to catch anybody coming out of the locker room, but what kind of adjustments do you think the Kingsmen will make here?
I think one of the biggest adjustments, and I talked about it right before a half, was the yards after catch that Elkhart was getting. And I think one of the biggest thing that Penn has to do on their corners is they don't necessarily have to tackle those guys right away, but they need to hold them up to allow their teammates to get there to help with the tackles, but they cannot allow big yardage plays, and they have to really shut them down and maybe even check them at the line of scrimmage, come up, do a little bump and run on those guys, and really hesitate or make them so they can get the pass rush in there as well. But they really need to affect those corners a little bit more, guys.
Folks, S&S Automotive and Collision in Wakarusa specializes in auto body, collision repair, and restoration. S&S works with all insurance companies, so you don't have to. Contact S&S Automotive. Their number is 862-7924, or you can reach them online at ssautowacky.com. That's WAKY.com.
Elkhart will receive the kickoff to begin the second half. And Penn will be kicking, I believe, well, I was going to say into the wind. It was pretty brisk when we were down there for pregame, but I look at the flag right now, Bob, and it's a wind.
It really is, and it's a beautiful night. Just couldn't ask for a better night for a big game like this. And as they get ready to go, Elkhart got to be feeling pretty confident. Penn needs to find some heroes here in the second half. And the Penn Boosters want to say they're rooting for the Kingsmen's success tonight and all season long. Penn Boosters support all extracurricular activities. It's only $10 a year to become a member, and it's a great way to show your Penn spirit. Last year, Penn Boosters raised over $50,000 for academic clubs and teams. Follow them on Facebook for information on events.
Third quarter being brought to us by Rise and Roll in Mishawaka, and we thank Lather and Fade for sponsoring our halftime report. Great response from the community tonight. Hope all of you are enjoying the live stream sponsored by Reschcor. We want to give definite thanks to the folks in the IT department, especially Eric at the Elkhart Community Schools.
What a big help he's been this week. It's just phenomenal cooperation. We really appreciate it. I want to tell you that the Granger Lawnmower Company reminds you the fall is right around the corner. It's time to get your snow thrower service and ready, or check out the new ones while selection is the best. Also a great time to schedule annual service for your lawnmower. Check out GrangerLawnmowerPlace.com.
I mowed my dust today.
You did? It is a little dry. Hey, we're ready to go for a second half. We've got two of the best teams, traditions in the state, and here to call it a guy who went to Elkhart High School. My partner, Chuck Freeby.
Elkhart Central. Elkhart High School closed in '72. I'm not that old.
Okay.
Here's the kick that Kenneth Dennis will take it down to the 23. I'll throw my brother and sister under the bus. They went to Elkhart.
Well, here we go. I'll tell you what, that first 24 minutes really exciting, and just some big plays by both teams, and it'll be interesting to see how Elkhart does with the ball to start the second half.
1st and 10, and what a first half it was for Cameron Wiltfong. 13 of 17 throwing the ball, 3 touchdown passes. And he comes out in the shotgun here with Derek Woods to his left, and Wiltfong wants to throw right away. Woods on a wheel route coming out of the backfield, cuts it up the field. Ty Zahner with the tackle at right about the 30-yard line. Pick up a 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 3. And Derek Woods, I think, Bob, we're seeing some of his versatility tonight, not only running the football, but as a receiver coming out of the backfield.
And a lot of confidence for Wiltfong, too, especially when you throw to a guy like that. If he catches at the line of scrimmage, it's the yardage after the catch, like Bo said, that's making a big difference tonight.
Derek Woods was all conference in track and football last year. Here's Woods again, trying to come up the middle. Taken down by Michael Paquette right about the 33-yard line. Looks like he'll have enough for a first down, sponsored by J&N Stone. When I say Woods was an all-conference track athlete, I mean 2 years ago, because obviously there wasn't a track season last year because of the pandemic.
Woods now with 40 yards rushing in the ball game. Penn has tried to take one thing away if they can, and that's been the rushing, but the passing has been outstanding for Elkhart.
1st and 10 from the 34. High snap to Wilt Fawn. Woods looked for room along the outside, and there just wasn't any there. Terrific pursuit by this Penn defense. Owen Wiseman was in on the stop, but he had plenty of help.
Perry Automotive in Mishawaka and Elkhart acknowledges that right now we're all heroes. Perry is offering 20% off any repair for all military, police, firefighters, and first responders. Perry is also offering 10% off all repairs for everyone. Whether you need tires, brakes, or oil change, or major engine work, Perry Automotive, where knowledge meets integrity. They've got some heroes of their own there at Perry Automotive.
Josiah Williams in on that stop as well. It's 2nd and 14. Will Fawn wants to throw, and he's in trouble. Gets away, but Williams is able to chase him down and get the sack for a loss of 2. For Josiah Williams, his 2nd sack of the season. He was on the wrestling team last year, and he got the takedown there. This Blazer offensive line has had its problems, giving Wilt Fawn lots of time to throw. He's had to make some quick reads tonight, and when the quick read isn't there, he gets in trouble. Wiseman pressured him out, and Williams finished him off, thanks to Aegis Dental Group for the replay. 3rd and 16. Wilt Fawn looks down the field, guns it out there. He was looking for Tyron Mason. It's incomplete. So the Penn defense able to hold and force Elkhart to punt. The punt will be sponsored by the Bristol Street Cafe as Graham Eli comes on to do the kicking.
I'm thinking there was some discussion there at halftime, Chuck, about the fact that Elkhart was going to get the second half kickoff. We need to stop. And right now Penn got what they wanted, and they'll have the ball in pretty good field position, maybe back around their own 40.
Nick Favilla is the deep man for Penn. A low snap. Eli's going to have to run around and maybe rugby style it out of there. He's looking to throw it down the field, and he overthrew his man, and Penn's going to get the ball. A flag is thrown on the play, and let's see what this is about. It's an illegal forward pass, or an ineligible man downfield, declined by Penn, and so Penn will get the ball at the Elkhart 29. Special teams were a concern for Josh Shattuck coming into this game, and they rear their ugly heads right here.
Exactly what Penn needed coming out of that locker room. We need to stop, and they got a big play.
So they'll take over at the Elkhart 29-yard line, 1st and 10. And let's see if Ron Paulus and company can cash in right here and get the Kingsmen right back in this football game. 3 receivers to the left of Paulus, and Hardrick is in the near slot. Paulus couldn't get anybody to jump with the hard count that time. Kyle Riffle is to his left. It's Paulus handing off to Riffle, who gets some room and comes up the middle. Riffle down to the 16-yard line. Darjon Lewis brought him down, not before first down, sponsored by Zolman Tire. 1st and 10 from the Lions, 17.
Gain of 12 yards on the play. Riffle now with 44 yards rushing on the night.
Special teams have really flipped the momentum of this game. 2 receivers wide to the left of Paulus here. The senior gives the handoff to Riffle. Ty Winters brings Riffle down at the 14-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Sometimes it looks like Penn spends some time with that sidestep before they get in the line of scrimmage, but they're also giving their linemen a chance to trap and create that opening.
Again, a pistol formation here for Paulus. who checks over to the sideline.
He hasn't found Muma yet tonight. He's been pretty reliable.
Looks like he's got single coverage at the bottom of the screen. They'll pitch to Riffle, trying to come around the right side. Riffle headed to the end zone all the way down to the 1. Kyle Riffle with a 14-yard pickup. And all of a sudden, Penn has a 1st and goal at the 1 with a first down sponsored by Zolman Tire. Look at the blocking down here. Casey Schultz took his man way to the outside that time. Echartia saved the touchdown.
Penn well over 100 yards rushing now in the ball game, which is what you would expect from their attack.
Let's see if they reward Riffle here with a little touchdown run. It is Riffle up the middle for the touchdown, and the Kingsmen are on the board, sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. So Kyle Riffle puts it in the end zone for the 2nd time this season. And just like that, Penn can pull within 7. You get another look courtesy of Aegis Dental Group. And Riffle just bowling over the the Lion defender.
I'll tell you one thing, the Penn offensive line looked like they came out with a purpose there in the second half and got the job done.
So here's the extra point attempt by Ryan Majerick. It is up and it is good. And with 7:27 to go, 3rd quarter, Penn closes the gap to 20-13. Kyle Riffle's 2nd touchdown of the season makes it a 7-point ball game on 46. In this edition of the TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week, being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, IFT, where quality is a way of life. Chuck Freeby, Bob Dingle, Bo Hunt back with you from Rice Field as you look at Corey Yeoman, the 18th year head coach of the Penn Kingsmen. His team now back within 7, trailing 20-13.
After the turnover, Penn it wasn't a turnover, it was an incomplete pass at 4th down, but Penn went 29 yards in 4 plays and took 1:44 off the clock to get it back to a 1-touchdown game.
High spinning kick, Kenneth Dennis takes it at his 15. Dennis up the middle, and he can fly. Dennis to the 47. Big special teams play there for Elkhart.
Folks, Klein Custom Homes is Michiana's premier home builder. Come visit one of our exclusive neighborhoods or let Klein Custom Homes build on your property anywhere in Michiana. For more information, visit us at kleincustomhomes.com.
So terrific field position for Elkhart after a great return by that young man, Kenneth Dennis. They'll spot it at the 46, and it's 1st and 10.
Done that a couple of times tonight at the 46. We didn't pay them to do that, but it's nice to have them mention us.
Cameron Wiltfawn at quarterback for the Lions. Pretty good baseball player. He's shown a nice arm tonight. Here, though, in play action, hit as he throws, and he wound up underthrowing the intended receiver. Looked like he was going for Dominic Russo that time, and threw it behind him, but he had to get rid of it because the pressure was coming from the outside as Brendan Arndt bore down that time on Wiltfawn.
Folks, at St. Andrews Products, your expectations become our standards. We have the finest promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and apparel. Our team handles all embroidery and screen printing in-house to guarantee the quality you want and the timely turnaround that meets your needs. At St. Andrews Products, our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
Derek Woods on the handoff up the middle, and Woods bursts forward for 9 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Kingsman 45.
9 yards on a carry, pardon?
One of the few times tonight he's been able to explode through a hole, and Elkhart wants to up the tempo on the offense. Woods takes the handoff. Can he get to the first down marker? No, he's run out of bounds by Zach Messer after a loss of 1. 4th down and decision time for Josh Shattuck.
Coach Shattuck aware that momentum is trying to put on a white jersey right here, and big play call.
And he just had a bad snap on a punt. So let's see what he tries to do here. They actually lost a couple of yards on that one. Back to the 48. It'll be 4th and 4.
Well, if you have the quarterback kick from there, wouldn't have much of a return, but
Wilfon is throwing, and Wilfon for Donovan Johnson too high. It's incomplete. Penn will get the ball at its own 48. And wow, has this one turned around in a hurry.
Again, it's not a turnover, but it sure feels like one, doesn't it?
Elkhart giving Penn terrific field position in the second half here. It's not quite plus territory, but it's awfully close. And the Elkhart crowd sits a little bit stunned right now at what's developing here in the second half. Corey Yeoman's team feeling it over on the other side right now. Paulus lines up in the pistol. He's actually had a fairly quiet night tonight.
He's only thrown the ball 11 times. He's completed 6 of them.
3 to the left. Riffle to his right. And it's Riffle trying to go up the middle. Bounced off one tackler and another, and Riffle with some hard running to take it to the 47, a pickup of 5.
TCU understands the importance of growing your future, whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business. TCU is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit TCUnet.com to start growing your future today. They're federally insured by the NCUA. They're an equal housing opportunity lender.
Penn feels like it's got Elkhart back on its heels right now. They're coming right at him. Riffle trying to run away from Rodney McGraw, who chased him down after a pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd and 2. That's the first time, really, we've called McGraw's name tonight, the young man who's committed to Penn State.
Well, he did block a extra point, I believe.
Yes. Put on 25 pounds in the offseason, but clearly it didn't hurt his speed. He ran that running back down from behind.
Well, they're looking for heroes on both sides right now, and we've got the stage set for an outstanding second half.
3rd and 2. Schultz in motion. It's Riffle up the middle. He's got the first down to the 40. First down sponsored by Zolman Tire, and Kyle Riffle with a solid 4-yard gain. And the all-conference running back, who was Penn's first 1,000-yard rusher in 8 seasons last year, showing his presence again tonight.
75 yards rushing for Riffle now.
1st and 10 from the 39. Central was showing blitz. Now they back out of it. Or, excuse me, Elkhart. I'll get used to it, folks. Riffle. Ooh, he got met at the line of scrimmage that time. Big hit that time by Roderick Ballard, the linebacker, with help from Jalen Holmes.
Folks, whether it's for the best burger in town, a juicy steak, or slow-roasted prime rib, Heine's Back Barn in Elkhart is the place to go. The DeShone family has been serving the Michiana area for decades, and the food just gets better and better. Stop in tonight and say hello to Troy and the gang and enjoy a fantastic meal with great service from Heine's in Elkhart, located on Lusher Avenue.
2nd and 11. Paulus will give it to Hardrick this time, and Alec Hardrick takes it up to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 5 for Hardrick, who scored the first Penn touchdown in the first quarter. Hardrick, not a very big kid, 5'8", 140 pounds, but boy, does he run hard.
75 yards rushing for Riffle, 70 yards tonight for Hardrick.
Most of that on the touchdown run. 3rd and 7. Paulus with time to throw and runs out of it. Clayton Lundy with a sack back at the 43. He came on a delayed blitz, and Lundy gets his first sack of the season at a great time for Elkhart.
Second sack of the night. Loss of 8 yards on the play.
So Braden Shinsky will come on and line up in punt formation, hoping to force Elkhart deep in its own territory. Mason and Woods back deep for the Lions. Shinsky hangs one high in the Elkhart night. It takes a Penn roll, and it goes inside the 5 all the way to the 1. What a job by Shinsky. A 41-yard punt with no return, but the Blazer defense held, and Elkhart leads by 7 with 2:30 left in the third on 46. This edition of the 46th Game of the Week brought to you in part by Intera Credit Union. We get it because we live here too. 1st and 10 from its own 2. Will Fong hands it off on a reverse to Tyron Mason, and did he get out of the end zone? Doesn't look like it. Oh, he barely did just get across the goal line. Now we have a late flag that comes in. We have a late flag, and that's going to probably be an unsportsmanlike against Elkhart, but from where they spot the ball, half the distance is maybe an inch. He barely got this ball out of the end zone right there. He is out. Was knocked backwards that time by Zach Hoskins, the safety, but he did get out. And it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Penn smelling a little blood in the water.
Wolfong, 5 yards deep in the end zone. Looks to throw, fires out in the flat, has Donovan Johnson, and Johnson battles his way forward to the 11-yard line. He'll be a yard short of the marker. It'll be 3rd and 1.
So what do we give him, 8.5 on that one?
Well, actually about 10.
Yep. Folks at Sanders and Pianowski, professional service to their clients is their first and compelling priority. The firm of Sanders and Pianowski want to take the time to wish both teams well in tonight's game, serving the Elkhart community for decades and decades yet to come. Sanders and Pianowski on the Riverwalk in downtown Elkhart.
On 3rd and 1, Woods trying to break loose around the outside. Woods steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A 34-yard romp and a 1st down, sponsored by J&N Stone. Well, actually spotted up at the 47, so give him 36 on this. Great blocking and then terrific speed by Derek Woods.
84 yards rushing now for Woods in the ball game.
1st and 10 for the Lions. They'll have Higgins and Mason switch sides. Play clock down to 5. Let's see if Josh Shattuck winds up burning a timeout here. He will. Timeout sponsored by Rachel Wayne, State Farm Insurance.
Folks, everybody loves Rise and Roll Donuts in Mishawaka, but did you know they also offer pies, jellies, soup mixes, Amish noodles, and so much more? Rise and Roll also offers a large line of gluten-free products. Stop by this week for your favorite Rise and Roll donuts and so much more. They're located on Grape Road in Mishawaka, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Rise and Roll, doing things the old-fashioned way.
We have not done a football game from Walkerton since 2003. That'll change next Friday night as we go down there for Freeman and John Glenn, a battle in the NIC South. We look forward to showing it to you live on Facebook, YouTube, and the Champions Network at 6:45, and on TV 46 Friday night at 11, and Saturday morning at 9. At last check, Glenn was losing tonight to knock 6-0 in the second. Freeman was leading Jimtown. That game was 7-3 at halftime.
Good contest down there between Knox and John Glenn.
By the way, Berrien Springs leading Niles tonight 21-8. The debut for Shamrock head coach Elliot Uzelak, who formerly coached at Navy and at Benton Harbor.
Been in a few games.
1st and 10, and Wiltfong keeps it himself. Gets a block from Woods, and Wiltfong spun down from behind at the 49-yard line of Penn. Michael Paquette twirls him down by the shirt.
Will Fong fighting to get back to positive yardage on the night. Folks, some drivers think comfort is found in leather seats or dual climate controls, but for 40 million American motorists, comfort is knowing they have a State Farm agent who's always there providing personal service at a competitive rate. So talk to State Farm agent Rachel Wayne in Elkhart. She'll make sure you get the coverage you need and the discounts you deserve.
Tippecanoe Valley now leads Rochester 54-0 that game in the fourth. Here's Wiltfong throwing out in the flat to Derek Woods. Woods with a burst up to the 46-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play, and it's 3rd and short for Elkhart. Mishawaka leading Plymouth now 24-14 in the third. Both of those teams looking for their first win. By the way, that's Mishawaka's first trip to Plymouth since 1925 when the field was an actual rock pile.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good game, too. I remember that, well, no, okay, I don't remember it, but...
The final seconds tick down for quarter number 3, and emotions running high at Elkhart's Rice Field as Elkhart tries to get its first win over a Penn team since 1985. They may be 12 minutes from doing it, leading by 7, 20-13 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. We go downstairs for a Bills Heating Sideline Report. Bo Hunt, your thoughts on this 1 through 3?
What a great game that we came to. We knew there was going to be a great game. That's why we're here. But that third quarter, some of the adjustments that I thought Penn did was, A, their intensity on defense. They really stepped it up, and B, a lot of their linebackers and defensive ends blitzing and not giving Wiltfong any time whatsoever when he was dropping back. I think that was the big difference there in the third quarter, the intensity and the ability either for their defense to bring some blitzes and go all out, guys.
Key third down play here, 3rd and 3 from the 46. The handoff to Derek Woods, and he seems to be shy of the first down marker. Bill Kumanetz will come in and spot this between the 43 and 44, and I think that's maybe a half yard short.
Folks, take the first step towards selecting a college or university that will provide the right foundation for your future by attending the Christian College Fair at the Y Camp Athletic Center at Bethel University on Monday, September 28th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Visit with colleges and universities from around the country as we're learning more about financial aid opportunities. That's Monday, September 28th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Bethel University. Go Pilots.
Jumbo formation for Elkhart. Derek Woods runs up the middle and gets the first down. He's still on his feet to the 31. First down sponsored by J&M Stone. Woods with a double bicep flex as he comes up after the 12-yard run. They ran a new formation out there on the field, and Elkhart was able to take advantage of it here. Great movement. Jacob Summer had a huge block there.
.96 yards rushing in the ball game now for Woods.
1st and 10 from the Kingsman 31. Wiltfong play action, fires to Tyron Mason, and he makes about 7 yards on the grab. Zach Messer brings him down at the 24. Mason has, I believe, 7 grabs on the night.
He and Johnson have done a great job for Elkhart. And Elkhart 16 out of 21 passing tonight and 197 yards. So pretty good balance.
Spotted at the 25. It'll be 2nd and 4. Wiltfong drops back into that pistol formation. Fakes to Woods over the middle. Russo with the catch down to the 8. First down sponsored by J&M Stone. 17-yard pickup on that pass play. And again, Wiltfong with pinpoint accuracy.
So second catch of the night. And Elkhart goes over the 200-yard passing mark. 214 against that Penn secondary.
Going to the fourth in Middlebury. Warsaw on top of Northridge, 20-7. First and goal from the 8. Mason in motion. They'll pitch it to him. Mason stutter stepping. Now tries to reverse field. And finally, Penn is able to gather him up at around the 15-yard line and a loss of 7 on the play.
Folks, wouldn't it be great to work for a company where the employees are the most valuable asset? Well, now is your chance because Reschcor is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and 401k plan. Working for this steadily growing company isn't a job, it's a career. To learn more about joining the Reschcor family, visit Reschcor, that's RESCHCOR.com.
A false start was called against Elkhart, but obviously Penn will take the play here. Now they wave it off.
I think we've had about 5 penalties called tonight, but 2 of them have been turned down.
Wiltfong looking over to the sidelines. You may see the towels behind Josh Shattuck. It's not to keep teams from stealing signals, so it's easier for Wiltfong to find Shattuck when he's looking for the signals. Second and goal. Wiltfong steps up, fires, and put it through the hands of Danye Higgins. A little bit behind him that time. But Higgins could not make the grab. It'll be third and goal. Wiltfong really stepped into that throw that time. And that's a ball that Higgins should probably catch.
17 out of 23 for Wiltfong tonight.
And there have been a couple of drops in there. Third and goal from the 15. Flag thrown as this one gets underway. Wiltfong will tuck it in and try to run it up the field and get to the 10-yard line. Illegal motion called against Elkhart. And a decision here for Corey Yeoman. Do you take the penalty and push them back to the 20? Do you take the play and take the chance that Elkhart might kick a field goal?
Third penalty of Elkhart on Elkhart tonight for a total of 11 yards if it's accepted by Penn. While they talk it over, I'll tell you that the Galley in Mishawaka and Elkhart, great places for an evening out or to meet up for a football game. They have trivia on Tuesdays, plenty of TVs along with family dining areas and banquet areas. They're also available. Check out the Galley in Mishawaka and Elkhart.
So it'll be fourth down, and Rodney Gates will come on to try a 28-yard field goal, not much longer than an extra point. And he's 2 for 3 on PATs tonight. The snap is good. The kick is blocked. Ball rolling around, and Penn will recover it at the 14-yard line. So a blocked field goal by Penn keeps them within 7 with 8:22 to go.
Check it. Amazing how things even up in the course of a game. Penn turned the ball over down near the end zone, and Elkhart pretty close to pay dirt at the 1-yard line, couldn't get it in.
Ty Zahner with the block that time for Penn. And so the Kingsmen will take over at their own 15-yard line, trailing by 7 with 8:22 to go. Ron Paulus trots onto the field.
Folks, if you're a foodie, check out Tradewinds Family Restaurants in Mishawaka and Elkhart. Great food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Dine in, carry out, also available. Tradewinds Family Restaurant, delicious food at a fair price.
Riffle, the running back behind Paulus. And the pitch to Riffle. And Riffle is met in the backfield on a beautiful open field tackle by Graham Eli, a loss of 5. Eli, the 3-sport athlete, comes up with a big hit. 2nd and 15.
Boy, these defenses for both teams have really come on in the second half. Folks, Zolman's Best Tire Auto Care, 6 locations in Michiana for all your auto care needs. For a bigger job, financing is available. You can schedule your service and shop for tires online. Zolman's also offers free coffee, Wi-Fi, and shuttle service. Check out ZolmanTire.com.
Paulus to Carson Mumaw for the catch and a first down. Sponsored by Zolman Tire. Mumaw's first grab of the night. It's a 17-yard completion. His 11th catch of the year as he returns from a knee injury. Arjan Lewis makes the stop. That time for Elkhart.
58 yards passing now for Paulus in the ball game.
And a flag comes down, and I believe there could have been an offside against Elkhart. Second time tonight. Paulus has been able to get him with a hard count. They'll get a free 5 up to the 33.
So that's 16 yards on 4 penalties now for Elkhart. Still a pretty solid night. Penn has 1 penalty for 15 yards.
Riffle lines up behind Paulus. Pitch to Riffle, trying to go around the outside. He's got more room this time. And Riffle takes it forward for the first down on a pickup of 6. First down sponsored by Zolman Tire. Riffle committed to go to Hillsdale College for football. Has a great work ethic.
Troubadour wishes the best of luck to the Penn football team on their 2020 season. Troubadour, your #1 source for all standard and custom millwork needs, including interior doors, trim, built-ins, stair parts, and hardware. Troubadour is currently hiring for all positions, offering competitive wages, a bonus program, and an attractive benefit package. Apply at 1824 North Home Street in Mishawaka.
Roderick Ballard able to stand up Riffle that time after a pickup of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 7. Riffle will check out, and Alec Hardrick will come back in.
Not a bad choice. Pretty solid running backs for the Penn Kingsmen.
See the clock in the bottom right-hand corner of the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. Penn down by 7. All their timeouts left. Paulus steps into it and way overthrows. So there was a misread and miscommunication that time. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Folks, Granger Auto Detail on Bittersweet Road are the experts for all your quality detail needs. Daily drivers and classics, plus trucks, boats, RVs, and motorcycles. It's time to get the toys cleaned up before storing them for the winter. Granger Auto Detail also handles paint and gel coat restoration. Check out GrangerAutoDetailing.com.
2 receivers to the right of Paulus, 1 to the left as the crowd at Rice Field comes to its feet. Paulus throws, it's incomplete. He was looking for Hardrick on a wheel route. And there was a man with him step for step, and there's an injured Kingsman down on the field at the 38.
What a defensive front for Elkhart. Look at the pressure, the quickness, the size.
Ty Winters was the one who came in and gave the pressure. And there's an injured Penn lineman down on the field. We'll take a break. 6:12 remains in regulation. Elkhart by 7. Penn looking at a 4th down when we come back. This edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you by Teachers Credit Union. TCU, grow your future. Visit TCUnet.com.
Folks, when you're ready for the next move in your life, contact Kent Guy with Weichert Realtors, licensed in Indiana and Michigan. Kent has over 25 years experience and is one of the industry leaders in the area. Whether you are buying or selling, if results matter, then Kent is your guy.
Joe Goralczyk, the injured player who is being helped off the field right now. He is the Penn center. Tell you the Tippecanoe Valley beat Rochester 54-0. Northwood leads Wawasee 38-0. That game going to the 4th. And here it is 20-13 Elkhart with 6:12 left. Braden Shinsky will line up in pump formation with Tyron Mason and Derek Woods back deep.
4th down and 7, a little far to go for it here, and there's time on the clock.
Shinsky with the punt. Little hanging punt. Mason almost came up and played it. Instead, it takes a roll, and it's down at the 26-yard line. So a good, solid 32-yard punt with no return.
Chuck, they've been doing a good job tonight of punting with a high punt but short, so there's not much chance of a return. Folks, we want to tell you once again that Lather and Fade is proud to announce a new location in downtown South Bend, along with current Granger and Elkhart locations. Lather and Fade offers a world-class barber experience. Whether you want a vintage haircut, a classic or modern look, check out latherandfadeshop.com.
Triton leading Culver, that game 48-8. That's now in the fourth. Here's the handoff. Woods trying to go up the middle, and he's stopped after a pickup of 2. Terrific gang tackling tonight by the Penn defense. Brendan Arndt with the stop that time. Can tell you Jimtown leads Bremen 14-7 with 6 minutes left in the ball game down at Don Bungie Field.
It's a dandy.
Here, a big game in the NIC North. The winner getting off to a great start in the NIC this year. 2nd and 7. Wiltfong fires in the flat. Donovan Johnson with the catch. Eludes one tackler. Goes up the field. Look at him carry white jerseys all the way to the 49. 20-yard pickup for Donovan Johnson, who might be giving Wiltfong a challenge for player of the game honors tonight.
Mentioned his name a lot tonight. 18 of 24 passing tonight for Elkhart.
How many catches for Johnson tonight? That's got to be about his 4th, 5th.
234 yards. I think it's his 6th catch, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Including the big touchdown catch.
2 of them.
Well, one of them was big.
1st and 10. Lions trying to bleed the clock here under 5 minutes. They'll give it to Woods. Woods with a little bit of a burst. Carrying tacklers up to the 46. Pick up a 5 for Derek.
And that puts him over 100 yards on the night.
It's his 4th 100-yard game of the season. We have a timeout called by the officials. Perhaps an equipment problem. Yeah, there's a player with an equipment problem. Somebody lost a mouth guard.
You'll find it at Hardware Plus, perhaps. No, they don't sell mouth guards. But Hardware Plus is a proud supporter of high school sports, and they've been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century, featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts. Hardware Plus, where service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
Clock ticking down to 4:30 to go. Wiltfong and the Lions trying to get an Elkhart team its first win over Penn on the gridiron since 1985. Woods bounces it outside. A stiff arm and a first down sponsored by J&N Stone up to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 9 that time for Derek Woods, who seems to be running stronger as the game goes on.
You wonder how much that's the wear and tear on that Penn defense. They've been, both teams been on the field about the same amount of time, as that time of possession still remains fairly close. Crystal Clear Pools in Osceola wants to recognize the 2020 senior graduates from this spring and wish them the best as they move on to the next stage of their lives. Also a shout out to the senior athletes, band and cheerleaders who are participating this fall. Keep up the hard work and thank you for being leaders in your schools and communities.
0 for Derek Woods that time, thanks to Michael Paquette, the 6-foot junior linebacker who benches 285, showed his strength that time.
Chuck, we talked at halftime about both teams needing heroes, and Penn looking for one on defense right now to try to get a stop. There's still plenty of time for the Kingsmen to come back, but they got to have the football.
You also get the sense that Elkhart may be one big play from putting this one away. It's Wiltfong firing, and it's intercepted. Ty Zahner with the pick. And look out, Zahner running away from people. Zahner runs out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And a pick, the 5th interception thrown by Wiltfong this season, puts Penn back in business.
You know, Wiltfong got beat earlier on a touchdown reception, and here he comes back and makes the big play for Penn.
So Ty Zahner with the interception. That's his 2nd of the year. And Josh Shattuck trying to get the officials' attention. He wants to take a timeout and settle his team down. Timeout sponsored by Rachel Wayne State Farm Insurance.
For the finest in casual dining, look no further than the Bristol Street Cafe, located at 500 West Bristol Street in Elkhart, serving outstanding hearty breakfast and daily lunch specials until 2 p.m. The Bristol Street Cafe is a proud sponsor of Elkhart High School athletics.
Corey Yeoman looking on. He has never lost to an Elkhart team in his tenure as the Penn head coach. Cody French trying to set up his defense over on the near side. Elkhart with a 20-13 lead. They have not trailed in this game. Penn was tied at 6-6. Elkhart had a 20-6 lead at halftime. Now it's a 7-point ball game.
Chuck, you got to wonder if Penn were to get on the board. Do you go for two? You go for the win in regulation? You play for overtime?
Well, first you got to get there.
Exactly right. Well, first you had to get the ball.
And they did that.
Yep.
3:21 left, 3 timeouts remaining. Ron Paulus in the shotgun. Lundy showing blitz. Paulus wants to throw, and he overthrew Mumaw, but he had to get rid of it because Lundy got there in a hurry, and Rodney McGraw made him throw it high. If they complete that one, Mumaw might have been able to take it to the house.
7 out of 15 on the night for Paulus.
2nd and 10. Clock stopped with 3:16 to go. Paulus will pitch it out to Riffle. Riffle trying to take it up the field, gets to the 37-yard line. Eli tripped him up. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Folks, this broadcast being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, saluting the players, coaches, and all the team members who work so hard to be successful. At IFT, we put our team to work for you, setting the standards for metal finishing solutions. Reach us at iftworldwide.com. Like the teams in tonight's game, they're working toward a great finish.
Penn won in the final minute last week against East Noble. Paulus fires here. Kenneth Dennis broke it up. Terrific play by the Blazer safety. And Paulus took a hit. There's a flag and a personal foul for roughing the passer. 15 yards and a first down, sponsored by Zolman Tire. You'll see it on the Aegis Dental Group replay. Paulus had been rid of the ball for a long time, and Rodney McGraw with a hit that was completely unnecessary.
It was probably a tough judgment. Folks, S&S Automotive and Collision in Wakarusa specializes in auto body collision repair and restoration. S&S works with all insurance companies, so you don't have to. Contact S&S Automotive. That number is 862-7924, or you can reach them online at ssautowacky.com.
Elkhart fans can boo, but when they see the replay tonight, they'll understand what happened on that play. 2:36 to go. Kingsman with the ball in Elkhart territory at the 48. Paulus wants to throw. Now tries to scramble and gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A lot of blue jerseys there to bring him down. That includes Javen Lowe, who came up and made the stop from the defensive tackle position.
The Penn Boosters root for Kingsman's success tonight and all season long. Penn Boosters support all extracurricular activities. It's only $10 a year to become a member. It's a great way to show your Penn spirit. Last year, Penn Boosters raised over $50,000 for academic clubs and teams. Follow them on Facebook for information on events.
Lundy gets to Paulus for the big sack. He threw him down with a suplex at the 45. Loss of 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 17.
Defensive heroes tonight.
Big blitz there by Lundy, who's been showing it on just about every play. Look at this crowd in Elkhart fired up. Less than 90 seconds to go.
3 big sacks on the night.
Here comes McGraw. He missed Paulus, who fires and has his man. First down, Penn, up to the 38. Carson Mumaw with the catch. Carson, named for the TV host Johnny Carson, providing some late night viewing for Penn fans.
Boy, they needed, about 17, and I think that's about what they got.
18 yards on the play and a first down, sponsored by Zolman Tire. 1st and 10 from the 37. What a ball game. And a timeout called by Penn with 1:01 to go. Rodney McGraw fans on the sack of Paulus, and then the presence of mind by the Penn senior quarterback after evading McGraw to keep his eyes upfield and find Mumaw, who had broken away from his man.
Wow. Good target, good pass. Folks, Granger Lawnmower reminds you fall is right around the corner. It's time to get your snow throwers serviced and ready. Or you can check out the new ones while selection is at its best. Also a great time to schedule annual service for your lawnmower. It'll work next spring. Check out GrangerLawnmowerPlace.com.
Jimtown leading 14-13 on Bremen with 1:36 left after the Lions went for 2 and failed.
Good bounce back there for Jimtown.
1st and 10 from the 37. Kingsmen have to put it in the end zone. A field goal does them no good. Paulus looking, firing, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Ty Winters with the big hit.
Paulus 8 out of 17 on the night truck, and probably 5, 6, 7 times he's been really rushed by that Elkhart defense.
But it's an incomplete pass, and the clock stops, and they live to play another down. It's 2nd and 10.
Perry Automotive in Mishawaka and Elkhart acknowledges that right now we're all heroes. Perry is offering 20% off any repair for all military, police, firefighters, and first responders. Perry is also offering 10% off all repairs for everyone. Whether you need tires, brakes, or an oil change, or major engine work, Perry Automotive, where knowledge meets integrity.
Paulus to Casey Schultz for 8 yards to set up 3rd and 2. Clock still ticking. Penn with 2 timeouts left. A little surprised they didn't use one there. They're to the 29. Low snap. Paulus scoops it up with time over the middle, incomplete. He wanted the tight end again and threw into double coverage. It's 4th and 2, and the ball game on the line.
Who wrote this script? I love it. The dandy. Folks, the Klein Custom Home Company is Michiana's premier home builder. Come visit one of our exclusive neighborhoods or let Klein Custom Homes build on your property anywhere in Michiana. For more information, visit us at Klein Custom Homes. That's K-L-I-N-E, KleinCustomHomes.com.
4th and 2. The ball game on the line with 25 seconds left. Central or Elkhart coming on a blitz. Paulus throws complete to Nick Favilla, and Favilla takes it down to the Elkhart 10-yard line with 18.5 seconds left. A first down, sponsored by Zolman Tire. Terrific pass and catch from Paulus to Favilla.
19 yards. 10 out of 20 on the night now for Paulus, and that puts him over 100 yards passing. He has 103.
1st and goal for the Kingsmen from the 10. Have time for 3, maybe 4 plays here, depending on how they manage the clock. Play clock is down to 10. Paulus wants to throw. Can't escape. Down he goes. Penn will use a timeout here with 12.8 left. Paulus got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Doesn't go as a sack, but Paulus has really had a lot of pressure on him tonight. Folks, we want to thank St. Andrews Products for helping our crew look good tonight. They're ready to do the same for your team. Reach them at sales@standrewsproducts.com. With all the top lines in apparel, business gifts, and advertising specialties, we're ready to help your school or company. At St. Andrews Products, our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
Well, next week we take you down to Walkerton. Hopefully that game will be as good as this one as Bremen takes on John Glenn in the NIC South. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and the Champions Network at 6:45. TV 46 carries the game Friday night, 11, and Saturday morning at 9. We are looking at 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line with 12.8 seconds left.
Chuck, you throw the ball so you still have another chance, or
Well, you do have one timeout left if you're the Kingsmen. Elkhart coming on a blitz. Paulus throws as he's hit. Favilla with the catch. Knocked down by Ambrose. Short of the goal line at the 2. Timeout Penn with 4.7 seconds left.
Paulus has to really work to get up after that one.
So will Favilla after this hit by Vinny Ambrose. Take another look on the Aegis Dental Group replay, and there could be some dental work needed after that one. The shoulder by Ambrose sent Favilla backwards.
And he needed to. All he had to do was fall forward. He'd been in the end zone.
Bo Hunt, Bills Heating Sideline Report. The question for you right now, if you're Corey Yeoman in the Penn offense, do you try to run it in with Riffle, or do you take a quick shot to the end zone? If you miss, you can have one more play.
I think the only option is you got to do a quick slant or something with the pass play to give yourself 2 plays. Then you could run it on that second play, but not on first down, because if you do not get it on that first play, there's no second play, guys.
All right. Thank you, Bo. Paulus throwing the ball tonight, Bob?
He's 11 of 21 with an interception for 111 yards, but he's been spectacular on this drive, coming up with some big, big plays.
Nobody's sitting at Rice Field for the final 4.7 of this one. 3rd and goal from the 2. Ripple to the left of Paulus. Mumma in motion. 3 receivers to the right. They want Mumma. He got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn. And now the question is, do they go for 2? The kicker, Majerick, trotting out onto the field. Carson Mumma with the touchdown catch. It's sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. And Penn and Elkhart could be headed to overtime. Although now Majerick is called off the field by Corey Yeoman. And they may well go for 2 right here.
Chuck, I don't think it's a bad idea if they do, because Elkhart has so many big players in overtime that can get in the end zone and make it really tough on you. But Penn has come all the way back. Your kids have battled. They've had some unbelievable plays on 4th down. They survived some big hits, and they're going to give it a shot.
Here's the ball game on one play. You make it, you win. You don't make it, you lose. And Elkhart will take a timeout to talk about how they want to set up the defense, trailing or leading right now 20-19.
I just wish this had been a better game.
Well, let's take another look at the touchdown by Carson Mumma. They put him in motion, and the motion man covering him got caught up in the wash and couldn't get out there. And it was an easy touchdown that time. And would you go back to that play right here?
Well, you might. I just wondered if that play resembled the one that Notre Dame had called back one time against Florida State. So I don't know if there was a pick in there or what it was, but it was very effective. But again, you've got a couple of running backs that are been very effective tonight, and can't say enough about the running attack. 75 yards for Riffle, 70 for Hardrick, and they're very effective. So Corey Yeoman and his team have really gotten up off the mat here in the second half and made it a great finish. Chuck?
2-point conversion here for Penn. 1.3 seconds on the clock. Paulus from the gun. Favilla in motion. They give it to him. It's going to be a pass. He throws. It's incomplete. Elkhart will have beat Penn for the first time since 1985. They tried an end-around pass with Nick Favilla, who was the quarterback last year when Paulus got hurt. But he threw it low and to the outside, and the celebration begins on the banks of the Elkhart River. Aegis Dental Group with another look. There just wasn't any opening out there.
I give them credit. You know, Penn came in 2-2, looking for a big win over a ranked team. Gave it all they had. What a courageous drive there at the end of the game.
By the way, these two teams are in the same sectional in Class 6A. So this may not be the only time they meet this year.
Big, big win for Elkhart.
And the stakes will be a little bit higher if and when they do play again in 2020.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Ron Paulus Jr. can play an entire game like he did in the fourth quarter, he came up with some big throws, some big receptions, great runs after the catches. And, you know, you think about Penn turning the ball over in the end zone when it looked like they were going to score, and then Elkhart doing the same thing when it looked like they were going to score. And just every aspect of this game has brought it back to what it is, a one-point game.
So now Penn here on the onside kick has to look for a way that they can do the onside kick where they recover it and run it all the way in. I've seen that happen before, but let's face it, it doesn't happen often.
No, and you don't want a penalty here.
And Elkhart has its hands team out to try to finish this one off. Line drive kick will go out of bounds, and now all the Lions have to do is take a snap and fall on the football, and they'll have their cherished win over the Penn Kingsmen.
Well, I like the idea right there. There's no return and no time off the clock. So Elkhart has to snap the ball. And it shouldn't be a problem, but it's the one chance that Penn had maybe to, well, they're not going to pass the ball. It's not going to be an interception, so they hoping for a mistake from Elkhart. But right now they're going to have about 9 guys in that box. Look at there.
A year ago, Elkhart Central came so close, losing to the Kingsmen by 2. And now a unified Elkhart team putting the teams from Memorial and Central together, managed to do what no Elkhart squad has done in 35 years. Cameron Wiltbaum takes the final snap, and Elkhart has beaten Penn by a count of 20-19. A lot to talk about on our S&S Automotive and Collision postgame show, including our Trade Winds Player of the Game and our The Galley from Mishawaka and Elkhart Play of the Game. It all comes your way next on the 46 Game of the Week.
One, two. There we go.
There you go.
Yep. Did you give me final stats for Cameron?
Bob's got him.
Yeah, he was 18 of 26, 2 touchdowns, 200 Hey, Bo.
Yeah, go ahead now.
234 yards passing.
234 passing.
18 of 26.
18 of 26.
2 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
I'm sorry, 3 touchdowns and an interception.
3 touchdowns and the 1 interception.
Don't have to mention that one.
Or ask him what he was doing.
Yeah. What in the world?
Mic 1, check, 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 check. Check, 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 1, 2, 3, mic 1.
I hear you, Tony.
All right.
Go. Here you go. You got that one. All right. And then we'll talk about the victory. First time in 35 years, Elkhart School beat Penn. Of course, that's a big story. We'll talk about that. Just talk about how you guys have come together as a team. All right. All right. Whenever you guys are ready. Standing by with our player of the game, Cameron Wiltfong, over 230 yards passing, 3 touchdowns tonight. Victory over Penn, the first time in 35 years. Just talk about this victory.
This victory is huge for us. You know, we haven't beat them in forever, and especially in the first year we merged, and we know they're a good team, and we just came out and got it done.
Talk about that merger, you guys coming together. It's got to be tough when you got starters at Memorial, starters at Central, and just coming together and how Coach brought you guys together.
It was tough. I mean, there was a lot of fighting for each job, but everybody bonded well, and we've turned out great so far.
Competition's always good for the go to the team and everything, and so maybe coming together, that gave you guys that edge.
It did. It sure did. I believe it did.
You guys have had some tough matchups coming, or that started out, and you guys have been able to overcome all them, undefeated at this point. Where do you see you guys going this year?
I can't tell right now, but I mean, I just keep going week by week. Hopefully it turns out great.
Now this Penn team's going to be in your sectional as well. Just thoughts of them moving forward. Tough team.
They're a very tough team. Always have been, always will.
Hey, congratulations on being our player of the game. Best of luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by
The celebration is on in Elkhart as the Lions have defeated the Penn Kingsmen by a count of 20-19. The first victory by a football team from the city of Elkhart over Penn in 35 years. Kingsmen headed to the locker room disappointed. But Bob Nagel, what a football game we had the pleasure of seeing here tonight at Rice Field.
It really was everything we had hoped it would be. And again, it meant so much to Elkhart because Penn has such a great tradition and they have such a great program and a wonderful head coach in Corey Yeoman. You had nothing to be disappointed about other than the final score tonight, and they'll probably get a chance to meet again. So it was a magnificent night, a lot of big plays on both sides, and all the heroes that we talked about before the game really came to fruition in our coverage. And I tell you what, Muma second half had 4 big catches, and Ron Paulus Jr. led his team down the field when he had to. They got a chance, 2-point conversion. Just didn't go tonight, but congratulations to Elkhart.
Trade Winds of Mishawaka and Elkhart sponsor our player of the game tonight, and he is standing by down on the field with Bo Hunt.
Standing by with our player of the game, Cameron Wilfong, over 230 yards passing, 3 touchdowns tonight. Victory over Penn, the first time in 35 years. Just talk about this victory.
This victory is huge for us. You know, we haven't beat them in forever, and especially in the first year we merged, and we know they're a good team, and we just came out and got it done.
Talk about that merger, you guys coming together. It's got to be tough when you got starters at Memorial, starters at Central, and just coming together and how Coach brought you guys together.
It was tough. I mean, there was a lot of fighting for each job, but everybody bonded well, and we've turned out great so far.
Competition's always good for the go to the team and everything, and so maybe coming together, that gave you guys that edge.
It did. It sure did. I believe it did.
You guys have had some tough matchups that started out, and you guys have been able to overcome all them, undefeated at this point. Where do you see you guys going this year?
I can't tell right now, but I mean, I just keep going week by week. Hopefully it turns out great.
Now this Penn team's going to be in your sectional as well. Just thoughts of them moving forward. Tough team.
They're a very tough team. Always have been, always will.
Hey, congratulations on being our player of the game. Best of luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to you guys.
That parking lot might be a little crowded because nobody could leave early from this one tonight. The game boiled down to the final second, actually. And our play of the game, brought to you by the Galley of Mishawaka and Elkhart, is the 2-point conversion attempt that basically decided the football game.
And the defense stepped up big for Elkhart, didn't give him anybody to throw to. I kind of like the play call because Favilla has been a quarterback, and he does throw the ball well.
Couldn't get any running room around the outside because of Vinny Ambrose, and then terrific coverage in the end zone, and the celebration on right there as they didn't give Favilla anybody to throw to. And Elkhart walks out of here with a 20-19 win, and they'll be talking about this one in the City with a Heart for a long time, but they can't get too sassy about it because the NIC North still is a very competitive league, and they've got a game with Marion in about 3 weeks that looms very large.
Marion rolled with another big win tonight over a good Adams team, so that should be a dandy. But, one of the things that you got to do is take your hat off to both schools and both coaches and both staffs. Just did a great job in preparation. The young men came out and played the best they could. Not very many penalties, only a turnover apiece for each team. And it was just a magnificent high school football game, and we're so grateful that we're playing football, and have a game like this was just great.
And our hat goes off to our TV 46 crew, which helped bring you this one under the guidance of our production manager, the diminutive Dean Korsmo, who was doing all kinds of jobs today. Just 4. I don't know what he's complaining about. Tom Ward and Jed Duvik on audio, Thomas Tahara on graphics. Reminder that next week we are down in Walkerton, where John Glenn will battle Bremen in a key NIC South matchup. We'll be on the air at 6:45 on Facebook, YouTube, and the IHSA Champions Network, and then show it to you Friday night at 11 and Saturday morning at 9 on TV 46. And don't forget, Big Ten football on Pulse FM just around the corner. It'll kick off in about a month. Now for my Hall of Fame broadcast partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final. Elkhart 20, Penn 19. So long from the banks of the mighty Elkhart.